Alright, welcome back to another Genshin stream. Sorry for a tiny bit late start after posting that I was going to stream because there was some last minute stuff I forgot to do. But anyway, yeah, gonna be starting Snezhnaya's chapter. I don't even remember what number it is. Snezhnaya's chapter, Act 2 today. So last time ending off with Act 1, we attend a meeting in the Vechi, whatever council, and someone else has seemingly been convinced by this Lelik to vote against Project Stuza. And we talked with Sandrone and Child, and we're like, you know, it's possibly Odette, so here we are. White curtain falls. Go to the Korolevsky Theater. You suspect Odette of being Lelek. To be sure of the truth and obtain more intel, you go to the Korolevsky Theater to take part in a test performance. During this time, the blizzard that sweeps across Snezhnagrad seems to grow ever stronger. Well, blizzard, that's not good, but... Anyway, let's see, and yeah, I guess I did have 2 weeks to do this stuff, but I'm probably gonna have to take the L on some of these. Whatever. Is actually... no. Okay. Okay. Lucky right nearby. It was just a flower. Okay. Saving? What? That's a new one. Oh. Okay, sure. Bruh, I just tried opening the map. Can I, like, have my stamina food at least? Okay. Is this camera intentional? What's it doing? Why is it still going back? It's not even centered. Am I dumb? It's not even centered. Okay. And it triggers when I go here, but not when I go the other... what? You sure it's cold today? I wonder how much heavier the snow's gonna get. Here to see Odette, I just need to see your tickets for the preview. Perfect, thank you. I'll hold on to your tickets. Come on in, it's freezing outside. What am I looking at? I think I'll leave the Lila question until after the show's over, then I'll go find Odette. Am I just gonna up and ask her? Hey, there's Mia. Child said he was originally going to come with Tonya, so I'm guessing Tonya's already here somewhere. Is there anyone here who looks like a Tonya? Let's see, it's small audience, makes sense for a preview, but wait, I do see some familiar faces. Yeah, Mia, Valeri, Chugunov, yep. Mr. Chugunov's back again. Oh, by the looks of it. Oh, is that Mia? And that Fatui officer, Valeri. Guess he must be playing cat and mouse with Mia again. Oh no, looks like the show's starting, and I still haven't found Tonya. Never mind, I'll just have to take a seat for now and see if I can catch her afterwards. I'm pretty sure that's not Tonya. You know, I'm kind of wondering if, like, the choreography in these are actually, how they are, like, by their real life, or at least inspired by the real life ones. It's just me, or is yep, something's going on. I was about to say, was there some weird screen vignette for a moment? Oh, it's cold. I guess power is intermittent power because of the blizzard. Hello, members of the audience. I'm a staff member here at the theater. Today's performance was a very special one for us, as it marks the first attempt in a long time to revive the classic SNES 9 ballet, Spirit Seeker. To commemorate the occasion, we would love to take a group photo of the cast, crew, and audience members present today. Could I kindly ask the audience to please come up onto the stage? So which one would be Tonya? Alright, everyone huddle in a little more. Now look at the camera. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Are you quite satisfied, Mr. Energy Scientist? I rather hope you don't have any other escape plans to add to my workload today. Yeah, what are you talking about, Sarge? That was simply my way of inviting you to watch Miss Adette's new show with me. It wasn't the performance spectacular. In the future, I heartily encourage you to take a leaf out of my book. Find some soul-nourishing pastimes to enrich your time outside of work. It was indeed a fine performance, but I must correct you on one point. This is not time outside of work. These are working hours. Yeah, working hours and non-working hours are just a social construct. Human technology can never advance if we're too rigid in our thinking, Sarge. May we leave now? Already? I mean, I was kind of hoping to soak up the atmosphere for a little longer, but... Oh, okay. Guess I'm pushing my luck. Didn't seem like too much to ask, but fair enough. Off we go then, Sarge. Back to the land of working hours. Lead the way. Is this Tonya? It has to be her. She's the only person in the audience around Tonya's age. I don't even remember how old. Excuse me, are you Tonya? Huh? Your brother's busy today, so I took his ticket. Don't worry about him, he's fine. Oh, okay. Sorry for the trouble. You sick? What's wrong? You sick? No, I'm fine. It's nothing. Maybe she caught a cold on the way here because of the weather? That's not how colds work. You don't get a cold from being cold. Hello? Why is it just wide opening? I haven't seen snow like this in a long, long time. It's most unusual. I know, it's completely wet out there. You can barely see a thing. I've never seen such heavy snow in my life. Let's wait it out for now. You'd be lucky not to freeze to death in this weather, let alone find your way. I guess they're stuck here for a bit. Well, look at that. Maybe we shouldn't be in such a rush to get back after all. What do you think? Let's wait and see. Why do you have to take it so seriously? Fate has given us this wonderful chance to take a break. We owe it to ourselves to make the most of it. Come to think of it, there's a small inn not far from here that always keeps plenty of extra blankets on hand for guests. Not far, but you still have to go outside, right? Another route. Well, shall we head over and borrow a few blankets? That way anyone in a hurry can wrap up warm for the journey back. Just remember to return them next time you're over this way. Sir, there's really no need to go to all that trouble. Yeah, it's no trouble at all. Wait here, I'll be right back. Something's gonna go wrong, isn't it? What a kind gentleman. Very good. My wife and daughter are waiting for me at home, so I shall be heading back as soon as I get my blanket. So are you expecting us to go back to the armory palace wrapped in blankets too? Don't worry about that. I made arrangements in advance. Should I not return to the armory palace within 3.5 hours after Operation Showtime begins, an armed squad will be sent to collect us. Okay. They will escort us back. You are one of our key military personnel, so any weather-related risks must be eliminated. Operation Showtime? So wait, every single time you drag me back to work when I sneak out, it's a whole official operation? I'm touched. He's so touched. Gotta say, you really turned this into quite a moral dilemma for me. Snowing pretty hard out there. I think you should stay here for now. You seem a little under the weather. Sure, my brother might come and pick me up in a bit anyway. Time to get to work. I should head backstage and find Adet. I need to look her in the eye and ask her about Lilac. Excuse me, are you looking for someone? I'm looking for Adet. Fan, I'm guessing today's just a dress rehearsal, so Miss Adet won't be meeting with fans. She's taking a well-earned rest right now. Sorry, but that area is currently off limits to everyone except the cast and crew. Maybe I should have said Alyosha. Bad timing, I guess. Well, I might as well stick around. I doubt Adet will be leaving before the snow lets up in any case. An hour goes by, but the snowstorm shows no sign of stopping. Why are you just leaving the door open? Yeah, the other guy. What happened to the gentleman who went to fetch the blankets? How's he still not returned? I was thinking the same thing. It's still snowing very hard. Do you think something might have happened to him? Whatever the reason for his delay, I must say I hate nothing more than people who make empty promises and fail to deliver. Shut the frick up, dude. Well, I have to treat my employees like that on occasion, but that's different. Okay. Well, that means it's time for me to go out and look, right? You seem Mr. Anxious. You seem anxious. Did I say Mr. Anxious? Anxious? You seem anxious, Mr. Valeri. It has been nearly 4 hours since I left the armory. The army should have arrived to extract us by now. I mean, it's a crazy blizzard. You know how much I despise tardiness and disrupted plans. There's simply no reason they shouldn't have shown up by now, barring exceptional circumstances. Well, maybe the blizzard can be considered an exceptional circumstance. Surely a snowstorm like this one counts as such. Few things in this world can stop the Snezhnaya army, Mr. Mitya, and a snowstorm is certainly not one of them. Why don't you go out and take a look? They might be right outside waiting for orders before they dare come in. An absurd hypothesis. I have no intention of leaving your side for even a moment until I've escorted you back to the armory palace. This doesn't look like an ordinary snowstorm to me. The guy who left earlier, it looked like he just vanished into thin air. Either that or my eyes were playing tricks on me. Man-eating snowstorm? Come on, night hasn't even fallen yet. Spare us the ghost stories. I don't understand why you'd be dressed in like a tank top though. Yeah, just because you're a mercenary. And I'm back to this outfit. Well, didn't know you were coming today. How come you didn't say anything? I'm here to see Adet. I'm not sure how I should say this. What is it? Something the matter? Tell me, I can help. Whoa, that's quite a snowstorm out there. I've been working backstage this whole time, so I didn't even notice. No wonder the audience hasn't left yet. Is weather like this rare even in Snezhnaya? Yeah, snow like this, I'm sure I've seen it out in the wild before, but never in the city. Actually, I take that back. I don't think I've seen snow this bad even in the wild. This is something else. It's not normal. If even Alyosha thinks snow like this isn't normal, could it have anything to do with that monster people have been talking about? We can't stay cooped up here forever. Someone needs to go out and take a look. Should I go with you? No need. I have plenty of experience with snowstorms. Besides, I work here. While you're an audience member, I should be the one to do it. Nah, I'm gonna come with. I went by the door. Be careful not to let snow snook into your shoes in a snowstorm. You gotta look after your toes above all else. Heading out, my man. Be careful. I've been told the snowstorm eats people alive. Thanks for the advice. I'm planning to be careful. I just want to take a quick look at the situation out there. The dude's probably frozen to death already. He's back, he's back. How is it? What's going on out there? Do you see any soldiers patrolling the area? Something about the storm isn't right. There's no one out there. I didn't see a single soul, and something in the air gives me the creeps. This isn't your average snowstorm. I suspect it might be related to recent events in our nation. I strongly advise everyone to stay here until the snow dies down. Are you serious? So all of us are trapped here now? That sounds a little far-fetched to me. If you want to go out and potentially off yourself to the snow, that's your decision to make. When I go outside and see, I, for one, am not risking my neck in that weather. This just turned from a minor delay into a major hassle. We can only hope that our friend who went to fetch the blankets just ditched us and went home. Is it really that bad? But my daughter, I won't be able to read her a bedtime story tonight. Huh? What are you all still doing here? Whoa, it's snowing. It's hard. The cast and crew from backstage are quickly brought up to date on the situation. So now we're stuck here? This is terrible. Okay, this is just a dress rehearsal today, so there aren't too many people here. On the right side, the theater is always well stocked with supplies. If the snow still doesn't let up as we get into the evening, you can spend the night here, everyone. At least I assume that's alright. Adet? Fine by me. This seems like a sensible backup plan under the circumstances. My thanks to the theater for being so accommodating. I'm curious, like, is Adet, like, cold resistance because she has a cryovision? Or something? What are you staring outside and praying for, my man? You anxious to get home too? I think most people would be. Oh, your majesty, the service, I beg you, please do not let tonight's snowstorm stop. What's up with this dude? This is a golden opportunity to spend the night under the same roof as the two top as the two top stars in all of Snezhnaya. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I think I've changed my mind. Sir, if you so much as look at us funny, you'll be seeing stars in a whole other way. Behave yourself or you'll be begging for that blizzard. It's getting colder. We need to keep the indoor temperature up. Yeah, keeping the door open like that isn't exactly the most helpful thing. Close the door and lock it tight. Let's head somewhere warmer. Aha, but what if, in the off chance the other dude is still alive, and he comes back and the door's locked? Wraith's Nocturne, okay. Oh, cool, I just got this. Oh, okay. Ghoulish, staff member at the Korolevsky Theater, exceptionally diligent and reliable, he rarely makes mistakes, blah blah blah. Okay. Alyosha, hunter from Alatir, and member of the Rokot, yep. Some mercenary. Chugunov, yep. Tone, yep. Wait, what? She's excited about spending the night away from home. Okay. Me, the fourth descender, traveler from beyond the stars. Okay. Grenadier guards, okay. Basalka? Is that like a subspecies of Fae or something? Okay. Check the group photo and inventory for details on it. What? I just did? I have to go talk to everyone, go find everyone. Are they all just backstage then? This is highly irregular. A delay of over an hour during an operation like this theoretically warrants a Harbinger level response. I wonder what the issue is. The storm or something else? Sarge, the day you learn to let go and just enjoy moments like this is the day you'll finally understand the meaning of life. What is the prime mover of life? Why, hello, sir. I believe you're the one sitting at a nearby table at Podvore restaurant. Am I gonna... He doesn't know me like this, right? Any friend of the theater star performance is a friend of mine. It's a pleasure to meet you. I meet ya. Pleasure to meet you. I meet ya. Nice to meet ya. I meet ya from the Energy Commission. I'm sorry, that was a sign. Sign of something. Greetings, Major Valeri, head of the Special Assignments Battalion, Armory Palace Royal Grenadier Guards, 1st Regiment. If I introduce myself as Volt, you know, the guy who's been, for the most part, opposing the Fatui for across all the nations, how are they going to respond? I'm here to ensure Mr. Mitia's personal safety. Please let me know if I can be of any assistance. I'm Volt. Mr. Volt, I noticed that Miss Adette is stealing glances at me. Do you have any idea what it could be about? Oops. I've racked my brains, but I can't think of anything I might have done to offend her. Perhaps you noticed me spacing out during her performance? No idea. Keep racking those brains. You'll figure it out. What? You mean I really did do something else to her? Well, thanks for... that's not quite what I meant to do. Well, thanks for letting me know. That's not quite... I was just joking, but sure. So, Mr. Mitia, is the work related to Project Stuzo? Yes, that's right. The higher-ups on the Fatui transferred me from Energy Commission to the Army Palace because they wanted me to... Your scarf's gonna... Yep. Really? I can't even talk about that? Pretty sure it counts as part of my private life. Glare. Alright, I won't say anything. Sorry, Volt. Thumb up. So you can see, I'm afraid this pleasant chat will have to end here. Wasn't this the room? Was it this room? I don't know if it was this room, but this room's got the issue too. It's not symmetrical. What the frick? Or like, it's not lined up. Bruh. I have to say, even though today was a rehearsal and there were some hiccups along the way, Miss Adette's performance is one of the best I've ever seen, even compared to an actual show. I couldn't agree more, especially considering the weight of the subject matter. It takes a truly seasoned professional to do justice to a theme like love and regret. What you thinking about? You think we're coming on too strong? Adette's ignoring us again. Again? What about you? What do you think of today's performance? Actually, I wasn't paying much attention. I think you'd be more expressive. Consider me a new fan, Adette. That's actually a more insightful critique than I was expecting. My mother would agree. She's always thought that was my biggest flaw. Maybe I need to work on making my facial expressions appear more natural. Is this would this be would this be considered dissociating? No, I don't know if dissociating is the right word, but it's like when you're just like, something just makes you very monotone, non-expressive externally. I don't know. I'll make sure to save a ticket for you when the show's performance, ready. This doesn't seem like the time or place to bring up a subject of Volek. I need a chance to speak with her in private. It's unfair. Let me talk about double standards. Now looks like I've been spotted. You know Mitia too? No, I don't. I just have a feeling he might be dangerous. Can I talk to them again? He sounds familiar somehow. But I don't know. Shram. And then there's the aristocrats, easiest of all to deal with. You don't need to use any force whatsoever. All you have to do is show them the rope you plan to tie them up with. You know why? I don't. Do tell. Because nothing horrifies them more than the thought of a cheap course rope leaving creases in their precious million mora coat. They'll do whatever you ask to avoid that fate. Unexpected, but funny nonetheless. Tell me another one. Well, look at that. I got myself a new listener. Hey there, let me introduce myself. The name's Shram, and I'm a mercenary. The kind that gets paid to do odd jobs for rich folks. And I am Chuganov, an entrepreneur. If my name is unfamiliar to you, you will have no doubt heard of my factory, the renowned Iskra manufacturing plant. I'm Volt. Enjoy your conversation. Are you really that famous, Mr. Chuganov? How come I've never heard of your name before? Excuse me? Is that a joke, or are you being serious? I hope you're pulling his you're pulling his leg, like you're actually just trying to irritate him. Well, I'll have to ask my rope later. It's probably tied up more entrepreneurs than I've ever heard of. Ahem. Also, the music's off. Can I not access my... I can't access my options. Is it intentional that the music's not working right now? I'm just gonna see what's down here. Bro, it's not... It's not lined up either. This room is not lined up either. What the frick? Dude! Huh? Why are all these rooms not aligned? What was that other room? Okay, whatever. My husband has major trust issues. To him, I doubt even this snowstorm is a good enough excuse for me to stay out all night. That's the price of marrying into wealth. You'll get used to it. I'm not about to stop you if you want to leave, but don't drag me along. Huh? Hello? Can I help you? Nope. How are you feeling, Tonya? I'm fine. Sorry to worry you. I'm used to it by this point. I take medicine for it. My brother usually helps to get it ready for me. Child must take great care of his sister. He's never mentioned Tonya's illness, though. You know, I actually find this whole thing kind of exciting. Yeah, you're excited to stay out overnight. Stuck in a strange place thanks to a snowstorm, having to spend a night with a bunch of interesting characters. It's pretty cool, don't you think? You're right, it's certainly a novel experience. I'm sure most kids share that wish. Kids, huh? My brother always says I'm not mature enough. Maybe he's right. I'm fine, really. Just got a little overexcited. Look after yourself, otherwise your brother will come after me. Alright. I feel like there was one... Didn't one of these rooms have a painting that I was like... Was it this one? Maybe it was this room. I missed someone. How'd I miss? Okay. I don't think it's ever been this lively backstage before. I didn't know you were coming today. Hey, have you seen Chuganov? I heard he was coming today. Have you spoken to him at all? Not really. I'm with you. This could be just a chance we need. I gotta figure out a way to cook some more intel out of him. I want to know why he suddenly changed his stance on Project Stuza. What exactly happened before the most recent veggie vote? For the Roka, or just out of personal interest? I don't know if you should be... There are several other people here. Why are you just speaking like that? Shh, there are other people around. Don't say the R word. Time flies as people make lighthearted conversation. Frick! Let's go back on the stream history. Time flies as people make lighthearted conversation and gradually get to know one another. Before you know it, the evening grows late. How's it looking, Alyosha? No change from this afternoon. Heavy snow with no sign of slowing down. Have your attention, please. The storm's unlikely to stop tonight, and it'll be even more dangerous outside at night than it was during the day. We at the theater owe everyone here a duty of care. Therefore, we strongly suggest that you stay on site overnight and avoid going outside unless absolutely necessary. In a few short moments, we'll give you a tour of one of the theater's various quarters. You can choose to sleep in the VIP room, the office, or backstage, or on the stage if you prefer. We won't mind. I'll pass on sleeping on the stage. What if the snow has stopped by tomorrow morning? The early birds and audience might think we're part of some experimental new show. A drama about sleeping? That could be fun. Maybe we'd come up with a title for the production. Sleeping Beauty, The Slumbering Heavenly Principles? What? Gotta admit, I didn't get that one. Anyone who doesn't wish to sleep on the stage, please follow me. I'll show you the rooms. I mean, but yeah, who would want to sleep on this cold, hard floor? Guess I'll call it a night, though I feel like I won't sleep very well without Paimon here. I'm sure she'll be worried that I haven't made it back yet, but as long as she looks out the window, she'll probably realize what's holding me up. Wonder if she's feeling any better yet. At least she hasn't been getting any worse. Still, I should try and get back first thing tomorrow morning. Oh, what is this? Oh, floating candle. Did I get... I'm dreaming. I've been dream transported or whatever into a mind palace. Ah, finally, welcome to the world of the living, lazy bones. I was about to wake you. The black mist is almost on us. What black mist? I'm back to playing Armed with Wings from the early 2010s. Frick, Culmination was 2011. But I'm pretty sure that actually released after Armed with Wings 3. When did Armed with Wings 3 released? Back to the Flash games. 2010, okay. What black mist? Where are we? Still waking up, huh? You know, the black mist. It's been chasing us from below ever since we were born. You're just dozy. There's no way you've forgotten. I'm not from Tavat. Thank you very much. I was born, presumably, I think, at least 10,000 years. I'm older than Morax, right? I don't remember. Come on, let's keep heading up. Onwards and upwards is the only way to survive. Don't listen to a word those black mist cultists say. What about the rest of the people? Where's the rest? Here we go again, the endless march towards survival. What's going on? That black mist down there is screaming me out, and it's rising. Guess I should head upward and step away from it. The black mist cultists believe that being swallowed by the black mist leads to everlasting peace, but if you ask me, they're just lying to themselves. We're the only heretics left, the only ones who refuse to give in. We have to keep going. Okay, I didn't even realize I could just walk off there for some reason. But how do you actually know they're wrong? Dangerous question there, Torgov. Can't tell if this thing is actually rising or if it's just the effects. The moment your faith wavers, you start a chain reaction that ends in the collapse of your will. Put the question out of your mind. Stay strong and believe that the black mist means certain death. Ronova mentioned? Okay, it actually is going up. It's not just the effects. Okay, but it's not my mind that's the problem. My body's about to give up on me. It's already starting to falter. At least I can eat soup. I don't know what this area is supposed to what? Did a painting just burn out? Oh, they are. I don't know what this is supposed to represent. Hopefully more context later. Can't do this anymore. I've had enough of being forever on the run. What's the point of it all? Is this a reflection of people's rooted inner fears or whatever? Nihilism? Or giving up? This person's about giving up. I don't know. All this will pass eventually, I promise. Keep fighting, it'll be worth it. You accuse the black mist cultists of being liars, but you're lying too. There is no end to this path. It just keeps going up forever. There's never any hope to begin with. The call of the black mist is poisoning your mind, Soboleva. Are you thinking of giving up as well? I am. I think I'll take my chance with the black mist over this perpetual torture. I just consciously noticed she also has, like, the double rings or whatever in her irises as well. As much as I detest the black mist cultist, I'm just too wary. Then I bid you both farewell. Let me put my personal opinions aside for a moment and say I hope that you both find peace within the black mist. So we're just gonna give up on them? Fate always appears so impossibly complicated, but at moments like this, its raw simplicity is laid bare. Their fate was sealed from the instant they entertained doubt. From then on, the outcome was both inevitable and irreversible. Let's go. Are they gonna wake up dead? Torgov and Soboleva are gone. I never thought that the day would come when even they would be swallowed by the black mist. It's just you and me now. Is it just me or has the black mist stopped moving? Yes, looks like it's satisfied. For now. This happens from time to time, but it won't be long before the black mist starts chasing survivors once again. Who knows how to stop its advance for good. Well, we should make the most of the precious moments of rest that those two bought for us. Huh? Are you really that sleepy, Volt? What's going on? Am I back to reality? Help! Someone come quick! Oh, they're dead, huh? What is it, Chugunov? What's wrong? Huh? Is it morning already? What's all the commotion? Sounds like something's coming from next door. I should check and see what's going on. They're dead, aren't they? But like, what exactly happened? Ow. What the frick, my shoulder. Lux confession, awakened from dreaming sleep. Don't look, Miss Tonya, stay here. They're dead. Okay. What happened to them? They're just lying on the ground. Oh, the people are lying down in the room completely still as if they're still asleep. What is this? Why is it going like this? But your gut tells you that they are not sleeping. Somehow you can sense it in your bones. This is what death looks like. Okay, wait, so it's actually are we finally getting into the Ronova stuff shown in the trailer? These two people have passed away, and the strange thing is that somehow I knew this was going to happen. I knew that they would be the ones to die. Have you seen this bone before, or did I have some kind of premonition? I can't remember what it was. I had that weird dream. Oh, but is Traveler not, like, aware of it? They forgot about it? Let me take a look. No vital signs on either of them. They're dead. The cause of death, however, remains unclear. No wounds on the bodies, no signs of a struggle, and no skin discoloration caused by the buildup of toxins. But just last night they were chatting and joking away. This is so sudden. Could they have had pre-existing medical conditions? Even then, the odds of them both dying of sudden complications on the same night are extremely low. It's hard to believe that they died of natural causes, nor does this appear to be suicide. Are you suggesting they were murdered? Who's the first to discover their bodies? It was me, but these deaths have nothing to do with me, officer. I got up early because I want to see if the snow had stopped. I mean, that is reasonable. And from audience point of view, yeah, we know it was very likely has something to do with Ronova. But the question is why? Then I noticed the door to this room was open and it looked like there was a man and woman inside. I just wanted to see what was going on. I had no idea they were... I can corroborate this. I was doing my morning exercises near the stage when I saw Mr. Chugunov heading this way. I followed him. I can also confirm that I didn't see a single person approach that room before him. The snowstorm was raging all night and it's still going now. There's no way someone could have come in from outside, correct? You mean an intruder? No, not possible. I slept by the door last night as a precaution. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed if anyone had tried to open it. Everyone split into pairs and search the theater for anyone hiding or any signs of suspicious activity. I'll go follow up with a full search of my own shortly. Go, there's no time to waste. Is this where I ask a debt of being Lelek? While we're in the middle of a murder mystery, you pair up with Tonya. After a thorough search, you're satisfied that no one else from outside the group is in the theater and everything is exactly as it was left last night. But why were several of the others not with us in that weird dream thing? Nothing on your end either? Backstage is clear, no signs of suspicious activity. We checked the basement, also clear. I don't think there's anyone here that a living person could hide. I didn't find anything either. Are we certain that the theater doesn't have a back door or any tunnel or passageway wide enough for a person to fit through? No, there's nothing like that. If people are sneaking in through some secret tunnel to avoid buying a ticket, we'd have sealed it off ages ago. I also checked the windows. All of them are locked from the inside, and there's no sign of anyone entering or leaving. Sounds like we can safely rule out the intruder theory. If anyone came in during the night in this weather, there'd be no way for them to avoid leaving footprints or water stains. This can only mean one thing. It's like one of those murder mysteries you see in novels and plays, isn't it? The ones where the killer is one of us. We can't quite jump to that conclusion just yet. Could you be right? It's hard to imagine something like that happening in real life. Set in a theater during a snowstorm, a murder takes place and the killer is among us. It's such a classic trope that it seems unbelievable. Looking at who the killer targeted and the clean entry and exit. It all adds up. I know what this is. It's obvious now that I think about it. What is it? What have you figured out? Both victims were wealthy, well-known merchants, and the door was deliberately left open, so I would discover the bodies and witness the crime scene first thing in the morning. Oh, he thinks it's one of us is Lilac now, right? Such ruthless methods. This was your doing, wasn't it, Lilac? But who are you accusing of being Lilac here? Also, hasn't Lilac historically been non-violent? Or is that just the Rokot? Or is that the Rokot without it? Lilac? You mean Lilac is among us and he's the killer? Lilac, I know this codename. Member of the Rokot, Anti-Project Stuza, always works alone. I've read the case files at the Armory Palace. Walk me through your reasoning, Mr. Chuganov. What do you know about Lilac? I mean, he does have a reason to accuse Lilac right here, because presumably Lilac was the one who convinced him to change his vote. Dolly zoom. What now, huh? What now, Lilac? What more do you want from me? I already voted against Project Stuza at the Snezhda Gradvechi. You snuck into my house the other day while I was asleep, left a threatening letter, and I did all that you asked. But Project Stuza cannot be so easily shaken, not with the rooster in charge. Well, he's just admitting everything in front of the Fatui here. So he really was threatened by Lilac. That makes sense. Now you're resorting to murder to threaten me, isn't that right? I knew it. The Rokot despises the rich. The lives of the wealthy are but refuse in your eyes. Show yourselves. Which one of you is Lilac? Tell me. I'll do whatever you want. Just stop playing these mind games. He's confused. He's the normal, by-the-book stalwart officer. She's just the girl, so she's very confused and scared. He's thinking. Alyosha is unmoved. Adette's thinking. What's it really Lilac's doing? Would Adette really do something like this? If Adette really is Lilac, this seems out of character, but then again, how well do I really know her? I'm probably the only one here with a compelling theory about Lilac's true identity, but if I relive it now, I'll be putting Adette in the line of fire. What should I do? I don't think it's likely that Lilac killed anyone. Again, I mean, Valeri did inspect the bodies, right? No signs of struggle, like no external wounds, no signs of poisoning, that sort of stuff. At least from the stories I've heard, he's never killed anyone before, and his name has never come up in connection with any murder cases. Besides, even if Lilac did want to threaten you, why resort to such an extreme and roundabout method? It's not his style at all. Vodunitsa doesn't know that Lilac might be a dead, but her assessment is pretty much identical to mine. Miss Vodunitsa, why do you suddenly feel the need to speak in Lilac's defense? I'm looking at the facts here, buddy, bro. Defense? Oh, no, it's just I'm worried that we're jumping to conclusions here, so I want to share my point of view. Also, I don't think the Rokot is as bad as you're making it out to be. Well, if you think I'm so wrong, what's your theory then? Why don't you tell us who the killer is? Hey, they're adding more expressions. She looks so done. The case is still evolving, Mr. Chuganov. Please do not prevent others from expressing their opinion so early in on the discussion. Even so, there's no denying that the recent threat received by Mr. Chuganov may well be an important clue. So there's still a good chance that Lilac is right here among us? I can't do this anymore. I don't care if it's still snowing outside, I have to get out of here. Whoa, take a beat. We all know it's far and dangerous out there. Even the soldiers can get to us. Go out that door and you might not live to tell the tale. And whoever this Lilac is, they're surely not going to murder anyone in broad daylight. Be sensible, my man. You're safer inside. As much as I regret having to say this, I'd like everyone to cooperate and refrain from exiting the premises until further notice. Besides, as things stand, every one of us is now a suspect. 10 little soldier boys... friggin' something. I can never remember the whole thing. Unless anyone has further information to share, let's adjourn for now. Feel free to keep searching for clues, but make sure you don't go off alone. Amogus. Let's got a debt situation with the Rokot members. Okay, now can I talk to her? I can. Still find it hard to believe there's a murder among us. Just last night, I imagined we were like classmates out on a hiking trip. There's no guarantee that you can trust your classmates, especially not when you're locked up together. Why'd they do this? Was it for money? Even then, they could have just kidnapped the people. They didn't have to die. You seem to be very comfortable taking charge, Major. You took the reins as soon as things went south. They simply made an executive decision that someone needed to take control of the situation on the military's behalf. Does this offend you? No, quite the opposite. We feel much safer for it. By the way, what does Major mean exactly? Is it a pretty high rank? I don't know. I can't answer that one. We don't move in the same circle, so I'm not clued up on Project Stuza and all this political intrigue, nor does it interest me. Nevertheless, sir, I think your top priority as soon as you get out of here should be to hire a good private bodyguard. Such as yourself? He said he does odd jobs. I mean, such as myself. Thumb up. Is he thumb upping? No, he's just hand over chest. Where's the rest? I want to talk to the other people. Bro, where's everyone else? What about my room? Okay. Alright. Oh! Okay. I mean, I can't tell about anything. I guess they're just further backstage. You're right, that was my bad. It was a knee-jerk reaction. I didn't think it through. Luckily, no one suspected my identity. Hello. It's just you. I thought it was someone eavesdropping. Since Vodunitsa and I were on the same page earlier, I think I should share my thoughts on the Rokon members with the Rokon members first. You tell Vodunitsa and Alyosha's about Child's intel on Lilac and your views on the current situation. Whoa, 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 are you serious? I don't know if this counts as gossip, but it's definitely on track to be the juiciest this whole year. Now you're sounding like that journalist. Adet. Really? Adet? Oh goodness, how dumb does this make me look? Lilac has been right under my nose this whole time and I didn't notice a thing. Actually, it's what you'd expect. Sometimes hiding in plain sight is the best strategy. Is that how it works for a hunter, though? Now that you mention it, the more I think about it, the more sense it seems to make. It all adds up. What are we up to now? 1, 2, 3, 4. What are you counting? Adet's identity. She's my coworker. Specifically, a ballerina, and also Fatuz, a member of the Rokot, now Lilac. Well, if this was true, if Lilac was true, then yeah, from 2 to 4. Must be so exhausting. I just want to give her a hug. I guess since I've always known her as a member of the Fatui, it never even crossed my mind that she could be involved with the Rokot, let alone being Lilac. Hey Joker, thanks for dropping by. Yeah, just having a pretty standard stream. Gotta get through this before even more spoilers or whatever drop, because apparently Genshin's YouTube channel has dropped all the cutscenes. So yeah, that means people are probably going to share more spoilers and whatever. I don't understand. If she's with the Fatui, what reason could she have for being so opposed to Project Stuza? Probably best if you ask her that in person. That's assuming she is Lilac. Ew, spoilers. Yeah, well, I think I do, I managed to avoid the big ones somehow. Well, since you waited until now to bring this up instead of announcing it to everyone earlier, does that mean we're all on the same page here? She doesn't seem like the type to kill innocent people. Yeah, Lilac may not follow orders from the Rokot leadership, but as far as I'm concerned, she's never crossed the line. If anything, her actions benefit the poor. We need to confront her face to face. Do you think she'd really admit to being Lilac? I don't know, we'll have to see how it goes. For now, we'll work on the assumption she didn't kill anyone and see how much she's willing to tell us. What if I went in first? Oh. Now's our chance, Odette's alone. Why is this scene so funny to me somehow? I'm gonna save this. What's it, Tom and the two Stooges or whatever, the two other cats who are trying to get rid of Jerry or something. Hey, Odette. What is it, you guys? Shh, keep your voice down. We need to talk. You're Lilac, aren't you? You're just asking just like that. She didn't say no. Alright, fine, you don't have to say anything or explain, so just hear me out first. You didn't... None of us believes you'd kill innocent people. Why are we just operating on the assumption that she is? We don't know for sure yet. None of us believes you'd kill... I mean, obviously we don't know for sure yet, but still, I feel like going about this just on the assumption that... on such a big assumption is a little off. None of us believes you'd kill innocent people. Whoever murdered those two people last night wasn't you. Well, I was the first to figure out your identity, but he kept quiet during the discussion just now. This feels like a... After all this, what if she, like... what if she really isn't Lilac and she's just like, I have no idea what the frick you three are on about. Still, it's clear where the group consensus is heading. Everyone believes Lilac is the culprit. If your identity is exposed, you'll be in a really bad spot. We're colleagues and we know what kind of person you are. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. So can you clue us in? Tell us everything. The more we know, the more easily we'll be able to cover for you. But is she actually Lilac? Alright, okay, I guess she is. Yes, I'm Lilac, and no, I'm not the murderer. And thanks, but I don't need you to cover for me. Actually, I'm planning to reveal my identity. Oh? For what purpose? Huh, you're gonna reveal that you're Lilac? Here? That's right, I'll admit, I was surprised at first when Shugenov guessed that I was here. It was just a lucky guess, but it caught me off guard. But after taking some time to assess the situation and confirm where everyone stands, I don't believe I have anything to worry about. Are you sure you don't need a second opinion, given the circumstances? Mr. Valeri... Alright. She's just gonna admit it. Ah! Valeri gets everyone to reconvene. Odette gets straight to the point and announces that she is Lilac. Okay. So, Odette is Lilac? I don't know what your game you're playing, but you've got a lot of nerve. It's just one identity, so what if it's exposed? I can disappear and adopt a new identity anytime I please. I made my peace with this when I chose to become Lilac. But more importantly, I promise I am not the murderer, which means that someone else is. So, if anyone still insists that I did this, you'd best produce the evidence now. Otherwise, I'd suggest that you bite your tongue, because if you really believe I killed two people without making a sound or leaving a trace, pointing fingers at me would surely only make you my next target. Fair enough. Is this really the truth, Miss Odette? Yeah, that's confidence, alright. I believe you. A real no-nonsense attitude. I can see why Marionette said that she's on track to inherit the title of Fair Lady. Are you seriously buying this? Hey officer, she just admitted to being Lilac. Aren't you going to do something about this? I mean, she could be arrested for trespassing at the very least. I guess and threats, but not for actual murderers. I do have one question. Miss Adet, why have you chosen this moment to come forward and reveal your identity? If I didn't say anything, everyone would be focusing all their efforts on finding Lilac, instead of the murderer. And that is exactly what the real culprit wants. I don't want to be the scapegoat who lets the murder get away with this crime. Despite all the accusations, she made the smart choice, a remarkable display of rational thinking under pressure. Clearly, Adet's talent extends far beyond the art of dance. She thought so far ahead. Why do I always feel like I'm one step behind her and everything? You've convinced me. Dealing with the murder case remains the top priority right now. Let's put the name Lilac and all related incidents aside until further notice. Shugunal's gonna get pissed. Nevertheless, the group still considers you the prime suspect. I assume you have no quarrel with that, Miss Adet. I understand. You're welcome to keep an eye on me around the clock. I have no objections. Mr. Chuganov? For my wife and daughter's sake, I'll let you off the hook for now. But don't think you're forgiven for breaking into my house and threatening me. Just wait till we get out of here, Lilac. I'll settle the score then. Intermittent power again. Good work, Lilac guard team, and Lilac too. Here, have some hot water. Lilac guard team, okay. Wait, but did we no, we didn't actually explain to Adet that we're also Roka, right? I don't know. Turns out Valeri knew about my exploits. So now I've been told I have to guard Lilac with him. Shouldn't you be facing my way if you're guarding me? At the moment, it looks more like you're my bodyguards. If the true culprit is indeed so at large as you have claimed, we must keep our guard up against them also. Don't worry, Tonya, we'll get through this. Once the snow stops, the officials step in, the investigation will get easier, and then we'll be safe. And if anything happens to you, Child is gonna beat someone's butt. But once the snow stops, won't everyone just leave? Yeah, you're gonna miss us, huh? Well, some of us work at the theater, so we'll still be here. I'll even give you a special backstage pass. Really, Miss Vadinitsa? That's awesome. You made a fan for life. Oh, you're so cute, Tonya. Alright, let's swear. Let's swear to it. I promise to give you the pass, and you promise to never change your mind about being my fan. Promise. Childlike innocence and whatever. I don't know. Don't indulge her, Tonya. You don't have to swear an oath over things like that. You really do get carried away sometimes, don't you, Miss Vadinitsa? Hey, mind your own business. Alright. Don't be nervous, Miss Water Imp. Everyone's here. There's nothing to be afraid of. Excuse me, do I look nervous? Don't be ridiculous. No, you sound nervous, Lass. Oh, wait, but how... Okay, plenty of people know that I'm a water imp, but still, how come you understand our primary mode of expression? Primary mode of expression? I've not come across that concept before. Do enlighten me, Vadinitsa. It's just, we water imps tend to communicate our emotions to each other by singing rather than with facial expressions. Emotions we convey through song take precedence over our facial expressions, so think of it as our primary mode of expression. I'm impressed, Shram. I didn't take you for a man of culture, but you're clearly rather learned. Just not in politics. It's not about being cultured or not. The thing is, this mode of expression can usually only be understood by water imps, so it's not a simple case of a song sounding happy or sad. And yet, you're clearly human, Mr. Shram. It's really not the big deal you're making it out to be. I just think I have a knack for it. Plus, I have... very close friend who's a water imp. A delightful lady, but keep that a secret. Anyway, we spent so much time together that before I knew it, I noticed I could understand her expressions. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Still, the fact that you have a water imp friend is even more surprising. I better watch what I'm seeing when I'm around you from now on. Hey, what are you implying? You're not secretly insulting the audience in your songs, are you? Heavens, why would I do such a thing like that? Another day. It's another day past. It's getting late. We should discuss our sleeping arrangement for tonight. To guard against the killer, someone needs to keep watch. Oh dear. So 2 more of the NPC model people are going to die. This is not good. I suggest that we don't sleep in separate quarters tonight. It'll be safer if we all stay together. And as long as someone keeps an eye on Relic, I'm quite sure we won't have any trouble. So what, two people stay up at night? 2 people stay up? Guard, rotating shifts or whatever? Are you saying that you wish to bet your life on Miss Adet being the killer? Nonsense, of course not. Then I propose the following arrangements for tonight. Volt, Adet, and I will form the night watch. We'll sleep in shifts, but 2 of us must be awake at any given time. Fine by me. Wait, let me think about this. An excellent idea. This allows us to handle night watch while also keeping an eye on Lilac. Meanwhile, the rule of taking shifts in pairs resolves the other issue. Namely, we can't necessarily trust Volt or Valeri either. I expect that plan took you quite some time to come up with, didn't it? No? Actually, our field combat manual outlines a similar approach, although the scenario there involves guarding prisoners overnight during field operations. That being said, I must clarify that I harbor no disrespect towards you personally, Miss Adet. In fact, Lilac's numerous covert operations make fine textbook examples for our military targets, our agents. I care less about respect and more about the fact that you just robbed me of 2/3 of my sleep tonight. I'm calling dibs on being the first to rest. Good night. I don't know why, but that response is kind of funny to me. As night falls, you and Valeri take the first watch together. Everyone is sleeping on the stage. Oh, on the cold, hard floor. Making for a scene right out of Absurdist Theater. Eventually, the time comes for the first shift change. Well, it's almost time. We should wake Adet. How are you faring? I'm not sleepy. You get some sleep, I'll go after you. I'm going to argue with that. I'll take a quick nap. If you start to feel sleepy, wake me up anytime. It's finally time for Adet and I to share the night watch. I should wake her up. Okay, we brought all the beds out. Cool. Came here to get information from her in the first place. Maybe I should think about what questions I want to ask before she wakes up. Oh, well, you just woke up. How long are you going to keep staring at me? You're awake, but I didn't even wake you up yet. Couldn't sleep. My mind's been running haywire. Plus, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. You too? I had a hunch that you wanted a conversation too. Let's take this chance to clear the air, shall we? I just had a simple question for you, really. It's, Rosaline, in her final moments, did she have any last words or anything? I vaguely remember her threatening the Shogun. And then I more clearly remember, filthy rats, all of you. And then she just gets, Musono Hitotachi to dust or something. I see, well, that was all. I have no other questions. I'm gonna disappear for a moment. I require water. Do you miss her? No. She was utterly ruthless in pursuing her goals. That kind of person should be hard to miss. And yet, even though I never approved of her methods and she was an abrasive person, the fact remains that I am indebted to her. I heard a little about that from Centrone. Oh, she told you. I guess that makes sense. I think she and Rosaline were on pretty good terms. Still, she didn't know the full details. Yes, Rosaline wasn't the kind of gossip about this sort of thing. Not that it's any huge secret to me, though. When I was a child, I had to join the fraternity for the sake of my mother and me. I trained under Rosaline. It was extremely grueling, and it didn't exactly come naturally to me. All I could do was try to ignore the biting cold and practice. I was a newcomer who had managed to make a good first impression on a harbinger. There was pressure to live up to her expectations, to be worthy of the fair lady's reputation. Game audio got choppy. It hit the OBS Windows 10 recording bug. That happens with Windows 10 and OBS's application audio capture It stutters for like a good 10-20 seconds, and when it's done stuttering, the game audio is unfortunately delayed by like a quarter of a second. I'm starting to go back. I initially had that setting so that I could like listen to other stuff, be in a Discord call, listen to music or whatever while I was recording stuff without the recording actually having all that stuff in it. But yeah, some of my stuff I've been switching back to just desktop audio. It means I'm going to have to not be in a Discord call if I'm recording anything or that sort of thing, but it's probably, yeah, it's just a really annoying thing that won't be fixed on Windows 10 because, yeah, Windows 10 is not getting updates. Thanks, Microsoft. Yeah, hopefully the audio delay, like, a quarter of a second isn't like, too jarring. Linux time? No. No. I'm not using Linux as my everyday OS, thanks. Also, there's some stuff that I don't know if Genshin or whatever even works on Linux. Every day was a struggle against the cold, pain, and fatigue, and most nights I struggled to fall asleep. After enduring all that, I've become almost immune to all sensation of pain. I suppose that was the cost of survival. Oh. Is this also why she also seems so distant, unemotional? That's probably why, huh? She always sounds so monotone and aloof. But it's probably because, like, yeah, she was forced to, like, train until she was literally going to break. Kind of like Skirk in a way, but Skirk maintained her, was able to maintain, like, how'd I put it? Skirk actually, like, she was hard on Child, but she actually really does care. And when she was training Traveler as well. I'd have to check how the mine progress for Linux is, but it's been a while since I checked that anyways. Even then, I don't know if I'd move to Linux. I don't know. Surely any child who had experienced that would grow to hate her a lot in life, don't you think? She really paid an enormous price. So I put an equal amount of effort into my ballet, because in my young mind, that was the only way to define my fate. Defying fate. Yep. It was my way of telling her, the Fatui's demands and your expectations of me are not what I wish for. One day, I will leave. I think she probably blamed my poor performance and training on my passion for ballet. She knew that my heart wasn't in it. One time, when I was secretly practicing a dance at night, she suddenly showed up. I knew she was there to catch me red-handed. I told her, you don't deserve to watch the dance I learned from my mother. Oof! She looked stunned. She talked back, she stood up to her. I guess she was surprised that I lashed out first before she had the chance. But strangely enough, on that occasion, she wasn't fierce with me like she was during training. Instead, she fell silent for a moment and then left. After that, she never interfered with my dancing or asked me how it was going. She never came to watch me dance again, either. Not even once. She was a very proud person. She was, but even now, whenever I take out this core Ignis, I can't help but think of that night, of the look on her face. So this was a gift from her? Sort of, although gift might be too kind a term. This was her flame sealed with an ice, a symbol of her favor, yes, but also her way of keeping an eye on people. She knew the location of every piece of core Ignis. If any recipient started acting suspiciously, she'd be onto them immediately. Trust her to make even a mark of approval feel suffocating. So, when news of Rosalind's death reached Snezhnaya, many people immediately crushed their core Ignis, giving them a profound sense of relief, like they'd broken free from her shackles. But I kept mine. With my sensitivity to pain being dull as it is, the warmth from this core Ignis is one of the few things I can still feel clearly. I still wonder, did she really come to stop me that night? I wasn't sure, but I was scared, so I said some really awful things. I guess she didn't leave anything behind. Not that I expected her to. It's fine. It's just a bit of a shame that we couldn't settle our differences before the end. Wait, but Sandrine told me you two had settled things. Huh? She did? Are you sure she was talking about this event? She said that Arlecchino gave Rosalind some advice and that Rosalind went to see you. Huh. No, she didn't. I didn't even find out she'd gone to Mondstadt until a while after she'd left. Wait, in that case, I think you should go and see the knave. There is some other imposter then! Okay, I will. Thanks for letting me know. There's something I'm trying to figure out. I'm beginning to suspect that Paimon's mystery illness is being caused by the energy research behind Project Stuza. Paimon's very important to me, so I have to get to the bottom of this. I figured that since you're Lowkey, you might know something about all this. The ultimate goal of this energy experiment is to create a weapon for the final battle. Is he listening? You gonna stop her right now? For the final battle against the Heavenly Principles? The weapon's construction was completed in Nodcry. Now all that remains is to arm it with a sufficiently powerful energy. So that's what they were doing in the Experimental Design Bureau. Yes, the weapon's development and all the related experiments are overseen by Lord Piero, the Jester. And the lab is located deep within the Armory Palace. Hopefully, we're not talking loud enough for Valeri to overhear. I'm not sure why this experiment would be making Paimon feel unwell though. The best way to get to the bottom of it would be to go there in person. Once you get out of here, I'll help you apply for an entry permit. Are you sure? Let's not forget that you're also a Fatuz. And I'm hardly the organization's proudest member, as you know. You answered my questions about Rosalie, and I want to do you a favor in return. It's that simple. He's awake! Ahem. Oh, what's wrong? Are you not feeling well? Nope, he's awake. You two seem to be hitting it off. Oh, you made me jump. Stay calm, just act normal. I thought you were sleeping? Of course I was. In the military, one learns to fall asleep quickly, even in most inhospitable environments. It's vital to staying alert and energized. Why, something wrong? No, nothing. Even if it was awake, you can't have overheard us, right? They always do. Like, always... I don't know, whatever. Thank you both for keeping watchful. I'll take over for now. It's your turn to get some sleep. Sure. This is our second night here, but at least I found out a little more about Paimon's condition. I hope she's been sleeping well the past couple of days. Why do I feel like I'm being watched? Because you are! Seriously? Is this payback for when I stared at her earlier? But I thought she was asleep. Never mind, I better try and get some sleep myself. Oh boy, we're going into the dream again and 2 more people are gonna die. Here we go again. We don't remember this, do we? Yeah, we don't. Where are we? I don't know where this is, and yet it feels strangely familiar. How long have we been walking for? Do you remember? Time's lost all meaning. Ever since we noticed that thing above our heads. What was it called again? Black mist? What? It's from above now? White mist? A star key or key star? Anyway, the person who named it was swallowed by the black mist. Whatever it's called, ever since we noticed it, we've been walking up and up, hoping that as long as we reach it, we can find a way out of this place. But it seems like no matter how far we walk, we never get any closer. Well, we've come this far, you never know, maybe we're almost there? Come on, enough moping, let's go, the black mist is catching up. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, we got actual enemies. Let's watch out. Well, again, we've lost count of how many times we run into them. Be careful. You're gonna die. Okay, it's not close yet. I don't know. I don't know what Crowd Cover does. Why is the cooldown so long? Okay. Time to go. Oh, what the? I still don't know what this is supposed to represent, but I just have a feeling that, especially with that, the way the text is presented down here, Renova's got something to do with this. Here they come again, get ready. Stellar conduct, okay. I don't know how it differs. Wait, actually, is this cryo infusion? I haven't been paying attention. Why is the cooldown so long? It's become budget, Chongyun. I was gonna say Chongyue, wrong game. Also very completely, yeah. Once ahead of us, the black mist behind us feels like there's no escape. Oh, so is it if I trigger Stellar Conduct, then it does, then I get Cryo Infusion. And double strikes, kind of. Are you hurt, Coolish? Oh, I'm fine, it's just suddenly I don't want to walk any further. I get you, in fact I reached my limit a long time ago. Sometimes it feels like there's hope where there shouldn't be. Oh dear. Yeah, the hope that star gives us is the only thing keeping us going, but I'm not sure it's real at all. It may just be a collective illusion. Otherwise, why would it always be out of reach? I actually feel like we're slowly getting closer to it. You know you mean well, but you're only saying that to try and encourage us to keep going, aren't you? Thank you, friend, but enough is enough. Please don't give me any more false hope. Hope is poisoned in this place. You're going to continue, aren't you? I admire that. I've given up, but I wish you the best. May there come a day that you can catch up in the start and leave this forsaken place. But we don't remember this. Is the big issue here. It's not an illusion. We really are getting closer to the star. A debt? Oh, congratulations, you're the first person to make it here. I actually made it. But how'd you get up here? The closer I get to the star, the more familiar it looks. I mean, yeah, when me and Lumine were soaring through the skies. I'm the star's envoy. The black mist has stopped rising, its hunger satisfied for now, having devoured your two companions. This is a good opportunity. I'll let you get some rest before we continue. Continue? Aren't we going to leave? What do you mean leave? The star represents the starting point. It's the waypoint for the beginning. I'm so confused. Congratulations on reaching the starting point. Once you're ready, we will head out and walk upwards. I'll be right by your side the whole way. After everything I just went through to get here, this is just the start? What's that game where some dude went 1 hour trying to roll the ball up the hill and was like, I finally made it, and the announcer's just like, that was just a tutorial. Well, what's wrong? Hey, don't give up before the journey's even begun. Alright, well, the two troop workers are dead. Frick. Ramhana! Is that Vodinis's voice? What happened? Oh boy. Kulish, wake up! Please wake up! I think the games was up that hill. It's not. I don't think it is. Whatever. Anyway, Sisyphus. Yeah, close enough. Oh no, it's literally called the Game of Sisyphus. Okay. A drama about sleeping. Yep, this is why I think it's Renova's involved here. That and, you know, the trailer just showing her. If the trailer didn't show her, I don't know if I would have made the connection. If it is her. A drama about sleeping, which began as a joke the other day, is now playing out on the stage. No one counted on it being a tragedy. Everyone is gathered around the two sleepers in the center of the stage. Without even inspecting the scene, you already know what has happened, as if someone had told you in advance. Oh boy. Oh boy. The situation is identical to that of the 2 casualties yesterday. We cannot ascertain the cause of death. At least there's some elements that we can rule out this time. They slept on the stage with everyone else, so I suppose the surrounding environment can't be a relevant variable. I'm kinda foolish. Weren't some of us keeping watch last night? 3 of us, in fact. How could you not notice something was wrong? If they are asleep and then they just suddenly lose their life force, how are we supposed to tell without, like, physical contact? I'm confused as you are. Certainly nothing unusual happened on my watch. Likewise, and from what I've observed so far, both Miss Odette and Volt can be trusted. No incidents during my watch either. To be honest, I didn't get a wink of sleep last night. I couldn't help but think I was the target, so I just lay there with my eyes closed. I heard Volt and Lilac chatting, but otherwise I don't recall hearing any commotion during the night. Me too, I didn't want to wake everyone up, so I was concentrating hard, trying not to cough. I hardly slept at all. If anything happened, I'm sure I would have noticed. And what could possibly be causing this? Once is bad enough, I can't believe it happened again. I worked closely with Rampon and Coolish for so long, I never managed that one day they'd end on the stage of all places. But it's 4 victims in just 2 days, and we still don't have a single lead. I need to get to the bottom of this as soon as possible, and above all, keep Tonya safe. I'd never be able to look Child in the eye again otherwise. Okay, so the 2 people who are gonna die next are Shrem and Chuganov, right? Wait, is Chuganov gonna die, actually? Because we're trying to catch him on whatever case. It'd be weird if they introduced that whole thing and he's just dead. Still snowing? Yes, I just checked. Still no sign of anyone outside either. So we only have ourselves to rely on? If you ask me, this killer can clearly strike whenever they please. The night watch was a useless endeavor from the start. Yeah, well, we didn't know that from the start. Shut the frick up. Lilac must be an expert in poisoning. Clearly she used some poison that can't be detected on the corpse. Shut the frick up. Here we go again. Sarcastic clap. Listen, I was already thinking to myself last night, was Miss Lilac's reason for revealing her identity the real story? Well, now I have my answer. Most certainly was not. She's been playing us for fools. You get off on this, don't you? Revealing your identity only to carry on with a killing spree? That's a hideous thought. One that only a hideous mind like yours could dream up. She's so done. How dare you? She does dare, because you're being a friggin' idiot. That's enough. Yesterday you named Lilac as a suspect because the victims were both wealthy merchants. Lilac might have had a motive then. But today's victims were just ordinary people, not to mention that they are colleagues of Odette and mine. What reason would she have to murder them? Let me guess, just to scare you? Who knows, maybe you don't know her as well as you think. I implore you all to ask yourselves, how many people are there really in this world that have what it takes to kill another person? Not many, I'd wager. Lilac is well known to be a ruthless operator, now she has revealed her identity. How could it be any more obvious? I mean, did you just forget that she's never actually resorted to violence? I mean, that could change, of course, but historically, not something she's done. Everything you've said so far is still just conjecture, which doesn't constitute a concrete lead. You need to back up your claims with some evidence. How can you defend her, officer? What'd she say to you while you were on the night watch? Maybe I shouldn't be surprised. You military types are always colluding with criminals to target the rich. What? What? Where do you get that from? What? A lot of the okay, at least in the United States. A lot of the military stuff, because a lot of the military stuff in the United States is there because they are working with the big corpos. The friggin' Boeing and Lockheed Martin and whatever, all these military contracts. Hello? And now they're trying to do countrywide surveillance or something. Also, you can get your grubby paws on our hard-earned fortunes. Then tell us to fall in line. The Fatui, the Druzna, and the Rokha thugs, the lot of you. I'm just done. She's confused and concerned. I mean, if you want to consider the rich the criminals, then sure. Slap some sense in him. Slap him. Slap him. Don't you dare. Okay. Sir, but you're the one who told us not to stop other people from expressing their opinions yesterday. Fair enough. 4 people have already died. Only yesterday I was chatting with Mr. Coolish, then woke up this morning and he's... Turning against one another is the last thing we should be doing right now. True? Little girl. Even if Mr. Chuganov is a puffed up, pig-headed windbag who doesn't have a clue what he's talking about. He's still on the victims. He's still one of the victims here, isn't he? Quite. I had no intention of resorting to violence, but you're right, Miss Tonya. I ought not to prevent him from speaking his mind. In any case, I believe Mr. Chuganov has calmed down a little now. We may resume our discussion. I don't think there's any need for that. What is there to discuss? Nothing about the situation is normal. Do you have any... Did you have an idea? You're the brainiac here, right? Come on, clue us in. On energy and whatever magic physics, presumably, not on murders. I've been mulling over something else. All the leads we have so far concern things from outside the theater. Miss Odette's alter ego, the threats Mr. Chuganov received. But then there's the 2 double murder crime scenes themselves, which have given us absolutely nothing to go on whatsoever. That's highly unusual. Even with the most careful killers, there's always some evidence left behind. So what are you suggesting? I think this could be a supernatural event. It isn't characteristic of human on human homicide at all. Ronova! Is Ronova in the room with us? Like, unironically? Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't you supposed to be a scientist? That doesn't sound like a conclusion someone like you is supposed to make. Yeah, well, how do you scientifically explain visions? Okay, how do you well, actually, delusions are... Are delusions provided from the Tsaritsa herself, or from their science of it? How do you scientifically explain visions? How do you scientifically explain, Okay, actually, how common knowledge are the Shades of Death? Like, how well known is it that they exist? Frick. I got into scientific research because of my insatiable curiosity, but if the present situation defies all known scientific explanations, I don't mind shifting my curiosity toward this paranormal instead. I like this guy. I don't know why. I like this guy. I also like his cloak, actually. Now that you mention it, I remember when I first came to the theater, I heard rumors about this place being haunted. I'm not sure that's that should be brought up here. I don't know. Haunted? Yeah, I think I heard the same thing. But I mean, they're only rumors, right? We've worked here for years. Surely we would have noticed any spooky going-ons by now. Well, this has taken an unexpected turn. A haunted theater? Paimon here should probably be hiding behind me in fear right now. Why don't we take this opportunity to look for clues again with more open mind? Maybe a different perspective will help us see something different. Very well, whether it's criminals or ghosts we're looking for, the same rules apply. Everyone needs to tread carefully. I'll move the bodies into the same room for now. It's all the same, right? Are you Ronova? Are you Ronova? Are you Ronova? You're probably not Ronova, of all people. Are you Ronova? You're all... Actually, if Ronova is one of us here, that means she can shapeshift. That means the you of all people wouldn't make sense. But Chuganov probably isn't from like a story meta standpoint or whatever, however you want to describe it. I don't know. I'm gonna disappear for a few moments. Sorry. Be back in a minute. Okay, I have returned. Now we're talking to the rest of the people, right? I need to think very hard about whether there's anything that ever needed hiding. After all these years, there must be some things even I've forgotten about. How often do we actually use? Like, this is just like never used, unless it explicitly tells us to use it. Oh, well, there you come. Take a look at this. You too, Volt. Some sort of notebook. What is it for? It's the on-duty logbook for the theater. Kulish was the main person to use it. He mostly used it to record any unusual incidents during a show, audience numbers, exit times, and so on. I saw Kulish at the entrance before coming in. I think he was holding this book at the time. Yes, he'd always have this logbook with him when he checked tickets at the entrance. They should confirm a lot of key details about the recent show. So, find anything unusual? Yes, the number of people I've checked and double-checked, but the numbers just don't match what's recorded in the logbook. Oh, wait. That means someone got here without him knowing. Or without him having noticed and recorded. Apparently we have an extra person among us. Oh dear. Oh dear. Are we certain that the logbook is accurate? Could someone have sneaked in without buying a ticket or something? Unlikely. Kulish took his duties very seriously. I've rarely seen any errors in his work. Not to mention that this was a dress rehearsal, meaning smaller audience numbers and high ticket restrictions than usual. Everything would have been well within his control. We no longer have our tickets with us, do we? They got collected on entry. I assume there's no way we can check them again? I mean, if they're on his body, unless he threw them into, like, a disposal that destroys the tickets. Unfortunately not, the theater recycles tickets, okay. Once people are in the door, they don't tend to leave until the show ends, so we collect tickets at the point of entry. Too bad Kulish is dead. If he were still around, we could just ask him. I'm still inclined to believe that this discrepancy in the headcount is significant somehow. Did an extra person just materialize out of thin air? Can the shades do that? I mean, we don't actually know the extent of what the shades can do. I wouldn't really be surprised, I guess. But that's pretty important. Okay. But like this picture doesn't actually tell us anything. Tonya, did you find anything? Oh yeah, it's still looking. So are we supposed to be looking for something paranormal? I think I'd prefer teaming up with you rather than looking around on my own. This looks like somebody's notebook. Shall we read it together? We got music going on this time. Well, it doesn't look scary or anything, so I guess it should be fine. Alright, let's read it together. You once told me I would understand someday, but even now I still don't. I don't believe anyone should be forced to abandon their homeland because of a change in power. She never considered the feelings of us water imp nobles. Is this like Vodunitsa's point of view on some Snezh 9 policy in the past? One of the Tsaritsa's policies? This is probably Tsaritsa. Every inch of this land reflects memories of my childhood. If I close my eyes, I can still hear everyone's songs echoing everywhere. I will not forgive those who drove us away, and I miss you very much, Mother. I often find myself missing that dress with the tassels, the heavy bed curtains, and the first rays of sunlight that would stream into the manor each morning. But it's alright now. If I narrow my eyes just a little, the light seeping through a crack backstage feels just like the one in our manor. I know that life is gone forever, and I can miss it all I want, but I also feel that what I have here is no less than what I lost. The fantastical sets designed by the prop master, the many fans who come all this way just to see me, and the quiet dancing girl who doesn't talk much. These are all mine. I won't lose any of it again. Never. Absolutely never. Yeah, this is almost certainly Vodunitsa's diary. I've joined a rather remarkable organization, though I can't tell you its name. Whatever that great figure intends to do this time, there should always be someone looking out for the misfortunes of ordinary people. That's what our organization exists for. Even now, I still don't understand her. Why is it that those in power always seem that way? They clearly have the ability to bring greater happiness. Some say she has her own difficulties, but what could possibly trouble someone so seemingly omnipotent? Never mind, I should just focus on what I can do. I suppose you'll hear all about our organization sooner or later. Its name is... never mind, I'll leave it a mystery for now. This, again, is referring to Tsaritsa, I assume. This has to be Vodinitsa's writings, surely. Maybe it's a little rude for us to peek at this. I feel like I just read someone's secret diary by accident. Now I feel a little guilty, too. Sounds like she's writing this for her parents, right? I don't understand. Why put this stuff in a notebook instead of mailing it in a letter? Maybe they aren't of this world anymore? Because her water imp parents belonged to the aristocracy, who were driven out of Snezhnaya by the Tsaritsa a long time ago. Now they live somewhere new where the postman can't get to. Oh. Hey, Vodinitsa. We're sorry. It's fine. My fault for not storing it properly. I can't leave things lying around and expect them to get ignored and everyone's scouring the place for clues. Alright, give me my notebook back. I'll take over the investigation in this room. How did I forget about this? Oh no, not this page. Oh goodness, and this one. Why am I so embarrassed? Okay, nice commotion. Our bad. Wait. I've already been here. Well, those are some screams, yeah. Is there... Oh, what? Is there... Am I stupid? Yeah, I am stupid. I forgot there's a basement. I can't. I'm sorry. I just can't. It's not aligned. I hate this. Hello. Avol, since you're here, come take a look at this. Alyosha found it. We're both curious to hear your perspective. It appears to be a... Well, an investigation report, and the focus on the investigation was the rumors of haunting we heard about earlier. The investigation report into supernatural sightings at the Opera House. This commission is clearly not as simple as previous cases involving only folklore studies. It appears to be connected to something far more mysterious. An extinct civilization... Okay, we're getting to vault lore. An extinct civilization, the creations of ancient gods, or powers from beyond this world. Hi, that's me. The possibilities leave ample room for speculation. From now on, we should take this as a lesson. A simple surface does not imply that what lies beneath this shares the same level of existence or nature. Ley lines themselves possess a powerful ability to either devour or guide souls. In most cases, once the soul and body of the deceased are separated, the soul is drawn directly into the ley lines, leaving no room for lingering existence. However, evidence shows that the connection between the theater area and the ley lines has been obstructed, though only partially, not completely severed. Still, this has granted certain souls unwilling to return to the ley lines an opportunity. If their resistance is strong enough, they may linger within the theater indefinitely. In theory, however, these souls within the theater are incapable of influencing the physical world. Only under extremely rare circumstances can they produce phenomena observable to the human eye. Overall, they can be considered harmless. This assessment may be conveyed in advance to the theater's management to reassure them. But for me, the investigation does not end here. Uncovering the reason why the ley lines have been obstructed is the true focus of this inquiry. After consulting multiple sources, the most reliable hypothesis at present appears to be the existence of an angel civilization and its preliminary attempts at ley line renovation. There's too little information available here. I must return home as soon as possible. So, Nicole got anything to say about this? But this also sounds a little bit similar to Nalan. Kind of. An investigation report, huh? Looks quite old. This person's name looks to be of Sumeru origin to me. Was the investigator from Sumeru? The theater manager must have hired an investigator once specifically to look into the issue, but it doesn't look like anyone ever looked at the report. Presumably, the manager wanted to know if the supposed haunting was dangerous, while also being fearful of word getting out in case it affected the theater's business. Anyway, the bottom line is, the haunting is actually real after all. It's caused by an obstruction in the ley lines. Is there any chances the key to finally making some progress with a murder case? Ley line problems are pretty unexceptional to me by this point, and while it certainly offers an explanation for the ghosts, it's hard to imagine what connection it could have to these two murder cases. Some of the language that appears at the end of this report caught my eye. Angel Civilization, ley line renovation. My area of research doesn't touch on any of that, so that's completely outside of my wheelhouse. A piece of paper just fell out from the report, landed right by your feet. Let's see. Words on paper. Death is near. Oh dear. Yeah, Ronova has to be involved, right? I just got goosebumps. It's pretty ominous no matter how you look at it. How unnerving. It was tucked inside the report, so it must be a note left by the author. Death is near. Is that supposed to be what's going on here with us in the theater? But if so, how did the author foresee it? Could he predict the future somehow? Maybe things are more complicated than we thought. No, wait a second. If we take the report and the note at face value, they completely contradict one another. Because the report is saying that even with the ley line obstruction, it should be harmless. The most it'll do is, under extreme circumstances, maybe have some visual indicators that it's haunted, but it shouldn't actually interact physically. The report definitively concludes that the hauntings in the theater are harmless, yeah, and cannot affect the real world, but the note seems to be a warning of potential danger. The question is, what exactly does the note mean by death? Was it capitalized, actually? It is, but is that because of the title, or the first word in the sentence? Is it simply describing a situation? Is it referring to the victims, or could it refer to the perpetrator? The various ways we could interpret this keyword lead in completely different directions. Let's pause our analysis here for now. I think we need more info. Shram is gonna die next, isn't he? Kinda liked him. If we take this all together, it's not impossible, right? If anything, it's the natural conclusion. I beg to differ. This sounds to me like the product of a researcher's vivid imagination. Perhaps it's because I'm still viewing this through the lens of a typical murder investigation, but still, I'm struggling to be persuaded by your theory. Does it really sound that far-fetched? Yeah, well, let's treat that as speculation for now. I do agree with what you said, so let's go with your idea for now. Good. Okay, now that we finally have some meaningful leads, I think it's time to reconvene. Let's get the others. There is one extra Amogus. One of us is an imposter. So that's about everything we've discovered so far. I'll share my theory first. Based on what we learned from the logbook, I believe the extra person among us is most likely the killer. If the killer had simply bought a ticket, it would have greatly increased the risk of their identity being exposed. I expect he or she either hid in the theater ahead of time or found a way to slip past the ticket inspection, and then blended in with the group and waited for an opportunity to strike. What about the note found in the investigation report? Any thoughts on how that fits in? The killer may simply have planted it there as some sort of sick joke. I've seen my share of psychopathic killers. They love playing cryptic mind games. So it has nothing to do with the haunting of the theater after all. This theory makes sense to me. If we have an audience member unaccounted for, chances are they didn't come here to watch the show. Could it really be that simple? So in other words, all we have to do is find out who got in here without a ticket and all our problems will be solved? But we can't really do that because the tickets are recycled. But let me make one thing clear. All the theater staff should be well aware that I came here for the rehearsal legitimately. Yes, there's no way I'm the one who didn't have a ticket. It's true, I hear you used every trick in the book to get a hold of that ticket too. Everything short of throwing a temper tantrum and rolling around on the floor at the entrance. Yes, humiliate him more. I most certainly did not degrade myself in such a way. Probably a stupid question, but I might as well ask. Did anyone here get in without having their ticket checked? Guess it was naive of me to expect them to just admit it. Especially after the unprompted Lilac reveal. Once was already a miracle, twice would be unfathomable. Most likely extra person who entered without a ticket is... I didn't expect enthusiasm for humiliation when I tuned in. It was kind of it was kind of mentioned in the previous streams, but the guy is a typical greedy capitalist as far as we can tell. So. I think these are all the same. Yeah, the factory he operates is known for excessive. Like, we're investigating this guy because like there's these crystals that produce energy, and his factory is secretly consuming a lot of it, way more than it should be. So we're kind of investigating that. Yeah, there's some stuff about like just how he doesn't treat his workers well and whatever. I don't know. Most likely extra person who entered without a ticket is entering without a ticket, so their audience members would have had a ticket. Staff would not have needed a ticket. What if I selected me? That'd be funny. I kind of want to see what it says. But like reasonably speaking, if someone entered without a ticket, it has to be a staff member. So it would either be Vodunitsa, or who we think is Vodunitsa, Adet, or who we think is Adet, or Alyosha, or who we think is Alyosha. Could be either of them in disguise. I'm just gonna pick me to be funny. I got my ticket from Child. Oh, okay, never mind. It does this. It was all above board, and my ticket was checked at the entrance, so there's no way it's me. This doesn't. I hope this doesn't open another dialogue. I just want to see what I say. Valeria came to the theater to catch me. Yeah, those two should be able to vouch for one another, and the motives are clear. Does this give me the same thing? Yeah. Things saying the audience headcount doesn't add up. I guess we can rule. I guess we can. Not necessarily if we don't have any other thing to go off of. I don't know. Wait. Tonya received her ticket. Yep. I don't believe any of us here knew Shram before all this. No one can verify Shram's identity. Oh. Mr. Shram, did you really go through a ticket inspection to get in here? Huh? Me? Why am I being singled out, my friend? Do I seem that suspicious? Well, he seems more confused than indignant. It's not that you stand out as suspicious, more that everyone else has been ruled out as trustworthy. I mean, yeah, I mean, like I said, the staff would have gone in here without a ticket, because they don't need a ticket, they're working here. But we can't exactly rule out... Well... No, because they wouldn't have needed to be counted like that in the first place, but I don't know. Okay, well, we spent the best part of 2 days together now, so I'm sure you can all tell what kind of person I am. I'm a true gentleman. I'd never dream of doing something like this while sneaking into theater without a ticket. Well, 2 days isn't exactly the most amount of time to get to know someone. Yeah, I have no doubt that you're a good person, but the problem is, none of us here actually know you, so no one can say for sure that you are who you claim to be. Although, actually, what was it you said last night? Yeah, you're friends with that water imp, which is why you understand a primary mode of expression? Last time I checked, there were barely any of us remaining in Snezhnai. Since most of the water imps left, could you tell us a little bit more about your friend? There's a good chance I actually know her. And I suppose it's also a kind of way for everyone else to get to know you a little better. Good grief, are you blushing? Pull yourself together, man. Stop giggling like a teenage boy. It's revolting. Hey, revolting is a little strong. Alright, fine, I'll admit it. That water imp friend of mine is... The truth is, we're dating. You didn't have to say that. You could have just said the name. I was just a bodyguard hired by our family, but the stars must have aligned because sparks began to fly between me and their daughter. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd get so lucky. You don't have to say all this, you could just say her name! We don't need details, just get to the point. Yeah. Okay, I'm just a little hesitant to reveal her name, that's all. You know how it is, these are delicate times. Even with me to protect her, if word gets out that she's dating a human, both the Fae and human factions will give her a hard time. You didn't have to say that you're dating, then! Hello? Are you stupid? Really? Wait, no, that can't be. Wait, what? Is that not unusual now? Huh, Shram, what the devil are you talking about? Huh? Why is everyone looking at me like that? Surely you can understand where I'm coming from? Delicate times? Factions? Yes? You know the Civil War? Last time I checked, the Fae and the humans are still at each other's throats. What's up with you? The Fae and the humans are living fine here in Snezhnaya. How old are you? Wait, what? If I'm not mistaken, the last significant civil war in Snezhnaya history was over 400 years ago. Then when Her Majesty the Tsaritsa had just taken the throne and was consolidating her reign. What do you mean 400 years ago? What's going on here? Shram from the past? Alright, Mr. Media, you win this round. As far-fetched as it is, it appears that your theory may be correct. I'm just as amazed as you are. I didn't even believe it myself, to be honest. Is it actually this guy? I didn't get to check Alyosha. Is someone going to explain what's going on here? From the look on your face, you figured it out too, haven't you, Volt? Someone's car alarm is going off. It's probably this, but I want to see what the other ones say. Nope. Leaders' ley lines have modified the block's souls from within its grounds from returning to them. Some souls can even wander in this place forever. Wait, so Shram is... He could be a soul that never returned, but... Mr. Shram's statement proves he was from hundreds of years ago, and according to an investigation report on the theater hauntings, Mr. Shram is very likely a lost soul wandering the theater. Oh, wait, I thought it was the first one. What? What's this? I personally? I don't think I'm that redundant. The true nature of this extra person is. No. It's probably this, but if I'm just gonna... I want to know what happens here, but if this gives me a circle, then... I don't know. Okay, good. This is Mr. Valerius' hypothesis. If there's no supernatural element to this incident, it's very likely to be true. Okay, soul wandering the theater. For some unknown reason, the soul that has been wandering the theater due to leyline issues has joined our group and blended in. Yeah, that must be the immediate reason why the ticket count doesn't match the number of people present. Death is near. In this case, death most likely refers to... I just want to see what they say. All of last night, Lilac, that is Odette, was under surveillance, which rules her out. We've basically proven Lilac's innocence. Since we discovered that Mr. Shram is from the past, it seems we need to broaden our assessment of this incident beyond the bounds of common sense. The death of those victims is an irrefutable fact. It's the outcome of whatever's going on here, but what we need to know is to find the truth within this info. Someone who died long ago. The contents of the investigation reports have been verified. There are indeed leyline issues and wandering souls in the theater. Death likely symbolizes the deceased, Mr. Shram, for instance. Death is near. That must mean that there's a dead person in our midst. That's the truth, isn't it? Yeah, the logic is clear now. The investigation reports said that there would be souls stuck wandering the theater because the ley lines here are cut off. Mr. Shram must be one such soul who died in the theater a long time ago, in which case that makes him our extra person. But why would he die in a theater? Unless it was built afterwards. The failed reconstruction happened earlier, he died in this area, soul couldn't return, theater was built, and then he just... yeah. So when that note said death is near, it must have been referring to death as in the deceased, people who died a long time ago. Someone who died a long time ago. In short, there's a dead person among us. The extra person we've been searching for is a ghost from the past. Okay, but then that doesn't give us any leads on why other people are dying. You mean I'm a ghost? No. Don't make jokes like that, my man. There must be some mistake. But even if I was dead, I know for a fact I didn't kill anyone these past 2 nights. And if you were a ghost, you shouldn't have been able to kill anyone. Yeah, even if all that's true, the report also said the souls inside the theater can't affect reality, right? They're harmless. If we try to make contact with you, we just pass through, right? Then what? If the problem isn't the souls at all, but the ley lines themselves. The ley lines have a powerful ability to attract and devour souls. Let's say that the ley lines are like a black hole, constantly seeking to engulf souls, but the souls that don't want to return are trying to avoid being sucked in. Huh? Why does this analogy sound so familiar? What happens when the black hole can't achieve its goal? I'm only speculating here, but what if it ended up swallowing innocent souls by mistake, or intentionally taking other souls to compensate? That could explain why we weren't able to determine the cause of death. If you're right and their souls were devoured by the ley lines, it does make some sense. It does seem to explain a lot of things we couldn't make sense of. Does that mean it's true? Except there's no concrete evidence. Me is relying on a lot of logical leaps. Yeah. Still, it seems like the best explanation we have under the circumstances. I still feel like Ronova has something to do with the text down here. And those dreams, those weird dreams we were having, and whatever. But why? Alright, so how could Tram not know that he's dead? It seems a little unlikely that he hasn't noticed anything unusual, even after several days interacting with us. On the contrary, it's perfectly normal for a soul to wander into theater for centuries without questioning their existence or reason for being there. It's simply what's natural for them. Oh no. You know what, Mr. Brainiac? I think you might actually be right after all. He's realizing he died. I'm trying to remember, and even though my head feels like it's going to explode, I think it's all coming back to me. I was the one who didn't want to remember my own death, so I forced myself to forget. Well, I'm sure those are painful memories. My lady and I snuck out to go on a date one day. We bought tickets for the theater. It wasn't really my thing, but I was just happy to be together. Okay, so the theater had been built by then. It had already been built. All of a sudden, a group of people burst into the theater shouting for all the water imps to get out, performers and audience members included. Oh. So he died defending her. It was clear the conflict between humans and Fae had reached a boiling point. This time the extremists were even coming after the water imps who had nothing to do with the war. I thought I could pull one over on them, so I took off my jacket, draped it over my lady, and tried to sneak out amid the chaos. But I got caught. They started shouting, calling me a traitor to humanity. But I was going to do whatever it took to buy her a chance to escape, no matter how many people stood in my way. I had to, both as her bodyguard and out of love. I'm not gonna ask for Vodunitsa's age, but you know, depending on how old she is, it's still maybe feasible that Vodunitsa would know who this other water imp is. It's alright, friend, you can stop there if you want. You don't need to dig all that up again. Can you even make physical contact here? He's a ghost. It's just, even now I'm still struggling to accept the death. How could I be dead? I'm sorry, everyone. But that still doesn't... Oh, wait, no. I mean, Mitya's hypotheses. If I'd known I was a dead man walking, I wouldn't have dragged you down with me. If I'm the cause of all this death, then punish me however you see fit. Well, Mr. Shram, you weren't the one to actually kill them. No, I refuse to be a burden. I know what I have to do. You said I've been wandering the theater for centuries, right? I guess it's high time I got a breath of fresh air. Out there, I mean. I'll leave this place and take all this death with me. Go out on my own terms. Can you even physically interact, though? Mr. Shram, I'm sure we can figure out a different course of action. My good sir, we both know I'm not supposed to be here. I should have accepted my death long ago. One way or another, this has to end. Unless you're saying this goes against one another of your military principles somehow? No, I'm speaking on a personal level this time. There you go, man. Oh wait, one last thing. Miss Water Imp, my lover, her name was Latia. Latia Ozarova. Do you know what happened to her? Watch, it's gonna be Vodunitsa's mom. Close enough! Ozarova. Oh, Auntie Ozarova. That's what we all called her. I remember her as a very kind elder. She had a bunch of kids too. Oh, Auntie. Not quite aunt, but... I'm so glad she survived and she had lots of kids. Good, that's good. I could hardly expect her to stay single just because of what happened to me, right? As long as she went on to be happy, that's all that matters. Besides, I'm dead. My soul has been wandering around here for so long because I was worried about her. But now I can go without regret. There's no need to see me off, my friends. I've enjoyed our time together over these past few days. Perhaps we'll meet again in the next life. Rip NPC model, dude. Like, just very, very generic NPC. Take care, my man. Car alarm has to be game. No. Wait, I missed that. That was 10 minutes ago. My bad. I know Mr. Shram was already dead, but I still feel so sad. Can we close the door? Death is cruel no matter how we might try to make sense of it. No, but there's still gotta be... Even though, like, sure, Mitya's hypotheses kind of make sense with, like, the whole thing. I mean, it is possible, like, how if it was trying to get Shram, but couldn't, so it compensated with getting the others. I still feel like that text has something to do with Ronova. So was the conflict between Fae and humans? So was the conflict between Fae and humans really that bad then? I was only little, so I don't remember much. It's terrible to think that so many innocent people had their lives turned upside down. Even the historical records about that time period don't say much about it. All people know that the Tsuritsu founded the Fatui, drove out most of the Fae aristocracy without explanation, then used her terrifying power to suppress the humans. It seems to me like the Tsuritsu chose to make herself the enemy. She downplayed the conflict, directing whatever animosity both sides had for each other at herself instead. Aaron? Jaeger? The meme, thank you for committing genocide for the sake of us or something. I don't remember the exact line, but that line was removed from the anime, right? That's also why, despite how brutal the conflict was at the time, there hasn't been much lingering tension between humans and Fae since. Things have been fairly harmonious for the past few centuries. So the Tsuritsu banished the Fae to protect the Fae living in the city. She offered herself up to be hated in exchange for peace. How noble. If that's what really happened. Maybe it's not quite as bad as it sounds. I don't think Her Majesty is too concerned if mortals hate her or not. Yeah. And besides, there are very few who truly do. There is that thing about, like... Was it the Torre? I know it's not a unique sort of theme, but I think in Genshin the Torre mentioned it. It's like... but I'm more trying to remember it from somewhere else. Like, do the gods concern themselves with ants or something like that? All this time I had no idea. Alright, if Mia's theory is correct, then I think we can consider this matter settled. Let's all take a break. If only this blasted storm wasn't still raging on. Okay. I'm still in here. Watch, it's not gonna be over. I don't know. I was actually planning on hiring him as my bodyguard after we got out of here. You know, poor guy. Even though Shram was already deceased, his decision to walk into the snowstorm was still a sacrifice and a very brave one. This is one of the few times I don't feel at all happy to have my theory proven true. Dang it, I'm gonna have to look up what the choice what it would have said if I chose Alyosha. It probably would have said the same for Vodunitsa and Odette. It's like the staff don't need a ticket or whatever. It's like Kaya, but worse, because the cooldown is 15 seconds. And Kaya's is like 3. 6, close enough. Albedo's is like 3. Four, bro. Benny's is like 3. Okay, when he's in his ult, 2.5, close enough. Wait, frick, I didn't get to see what the note said. I should have looked at the picture to see what the note would have said. Looks like we can now just rest until the snowstorm stops. I still can't believe Shram turned out to be a ghost who'd been in the theater for hundreds of years. I think he was dead this whole time. What a strange turn of events. Knock, knock. Onomatopoeia. Knock, knock. You know the door isn't closed, right? You don't have to knock. Think of it as a signal that when I'm entering someone else's room and I knock, I'm here as Odette. If I don't knock, it's Lowek. Sure, whatever makes you happy. Please come in, Miss Odette. Thanks. So why'd you come to find me? Is there something else I can help with? Vodunitsa said you knew about my secret identity from the start. Well, when everyone was discussing who Lowek could be, your word that revealing what you knew would be unfair to me, so you kept it to yourself, right? That's what you wanted to talk about? Yes, I'm extremely grateful for that. It's nothing. I mean, you didn't hold what happened with Signora against me, so I should thank you for that as well. Actually, there's something else as well. I found myself in a situation similar to the one you were in when you helped conceal my identity. Hmm? So I thought I'd come and ask you for advice. I'm honored. What's the situation? It's about Miya. Hmm? Before all this, the last time I saw him, he was dead. What? That would probably explain why Odette said she didn't know Miya. I'm sure you know my goal as Lowek was to stop Project Stuza. Well, when I found out the tech lead for the experiment behind Project Stuza was Miya, I immediately started planning to track him down and threaten him to back out. I often saw him around the theater, but I soon concluded that making my move there would risk exposing my identity. So I decided to infiltrate the Armory Palace and go directly to his lab. That way the threat would be much more effective. That must be basically the most classified place in Snezhnaya. If you manage to infiltrate it, you really do have what it takes to be a Harbinger. I'm curious. Well, I suppose there was a bit of luck involved, but I am a Fatu, so I already had some familiarity with the building's layout. But when I finally made it to his lab, Miya seemed to be dead. Already? How do you know? Are you sure he wasn't just dozing off? I checked his breathing and his pulse. He had no vital signs whatsoever. I'm certain of that. Ronova has to... Yeah, the mystery's not solved. Ronova has to be involved. I thought maybe another anti-Project Stuza activist had beaten me to it and chose a much more brutal method, so I made myself scarce. That's why you're so on guard around Miya that first night here. Yes, when I saw him sitting in the audience during the performance, I could barely contain the shock. Oh yeah, and she wouldn't have known about Alyosha and Vodunitsa trying to get info out of Miya, because there would have been no reason to if they weren't Rokot. They're hiding that they're Rokot. They wouldn't let Odette know about that. To me, it was a miracle. Somehow he'd come back from the dead, but then the murder started happening and things got so complicated that it wasn't really at the front of my mind. That is, until Mia himself said there must be a dead person among us. Then I couldn't ignore it any longer. And yet you thought that bringing it up right away would single Mia out, just like when everyone was suspecting Lilac. Exactly, I thought there could be something I was missing. Besides, we soon figured out that Mr. Shrem was a ghost, and we knew there was only one extra person, so we thought he had to be the one. And now it seems like there's another candidate. But if Mia was dead, and now he's not, still, he would have come with a ticket, right? Along with Valeri. I understand why you kept it to yourself. There was so much information being thrown around during that discussion. Bringing up Mia would have just introduced more confusion. So what do you think we should do? Let me confirm one thing first. When was it that you found Mia dead? Around a week ago, sometime in the afternoon. A week ago? That's earlier than I thought. I saw him just a few days ago at a restaurant. That definitely would have been after you found him dead. He seemed completely normal to me, chatting with Vodinitsa, trying to avoid Valeri. His scarf seemed just, yeah. He was definitely alive on that day. All I can say is, I know what I saw. Here's the thought. The reason we even suspected a dead person could be among us is because of the problem with the theater's ley lines. But Mia's death happened inside the Armory Palace. The ley lines affecting the theater shouldn't reach that far. You're right, I guess he doesn't fit the profile of the person we were searching for. I think the chances of it being him are very low. Surely he can't have died for real in the Armory Palace. Unless... Unless what? Unless he really did come back from the dead. He did show up with us in that weird dream sequence. You're right. Do you think we need to disclose this to the others? Huh? What's this? Private meet and greet? Should we just tell him? What if we just told him? Where do I line up? That's not what's going on here. Well, I was just making the rounds. Thought I'd try to lighten up the mood a bit. Vodinitsa is handing out food if you're hungry. MREs. Instant ramen. Depending on the ramen, I might like instant ramen. Winter is mysterious. I'm actually curious. What does it say? Successive deaths occur within the theater, but there seems to be no clues to the perpetrator. Yep. And then let me actually take a look at this now. Poor Shram. Okay. Is everyone else still the same? Outside, the snowstorm continues to rage, and before you know it, night falls once more. How many more supplies does this place have? It's kind of a lot, actually. I don't know. What's going on with the storm? Could it be connected to that monster that just arrived in Snezhnaya? Probably. I don't know, unless there's something else. I almost hope it is. Her Majesty, the Tsuritsa, left to vanquish that beast herself. We just need to wait for a triumphant return. Do you think people still feel the cold after they die? I'm wondering about Shram. Maybe we should have given him a coat before he went out there. Death itself is cold, isn't it? I'm sure the storm will embrace him. Well, I hope he has a safe journey. I'm going to miss him. I think it's not like we can blame him for Rampana and Kulish's deaths. Thinking back on it, we barely made it out alive ourselves. Once we got out here, how are we going to explain what happened to their families? And if anything happens to you, I'm going to be answering to a Harbinger himself. You okay? Here, take this. I've never used it. Oh, medicine? Thanks. Look who's Mr. Nice Guy all of a sudden. Is it because Tony set up for you this morning? At least you know how to return a favor. Still being all smug. Yeah, well, yeah, without Tony, who knows how badly he would have been hurt. I told you already, I never intended to resort to violence. Bunch of rascals. Little girl, I was rather surprised when you spoke up for me this morning. I didn't think I had many admirers here, so thank you. Admirers? Don't get the wrong idea. She still called you a pig right afterwards. No need to thank me. I said some bad stuff about you too. I'm too embarrassed to admit it, but you remind me a lot of my daughter. So kind to everyone, but never lets her old man off the hook. Unless my wife and I are having a fight, then she's always on my side. Especially when she was little, every time I took her out. Alright, easy now. How long have you had that cough, Tonya? I don't know, it's probably been a while. I'm fine. Are you taking anything for it? Yeah, I'll be fine once I see my brother. He's gonna pick some frost fairy flower leaves and brew a tonic for me. I'll feel much better once I drink that. Don't I have some of that in my inventory? I see. That's good to hear then. We should probably discuss arrangements for tonight. Now that a deceased has left our midst, there shouldn't be any more incidents. However, out of an abundance of caution, I'll keep watch. Shouldn't we take shifts? I can take one if needed. You're fine with giving up some of your sleep tonight? No need, I managed to get a nap in early, so I have plenty of energy right now. After all the tension in the past few days, everyone else should be focused on getting a good night's sleep. What a long day. This whole situation turned out to be way more complicated than I expected. I'm kind of wondering what this is setting up. This has to be a setup for Renova's entrance, right? I don't know. While also, we're putting the investigation on Chuganov on hold. But Valeri's right. We should just try and calm down and get some rest. The last thing I want is to give myself nightmares. I'm gonna have another dream, aren't I? Another one of those weird dreams. Here we go. What now? Who's it gonna be this time? He's awake, he's awake. Get over here, you big lug, and take a look. If you must call me something, call me Mr. Door. The Black Mist is coming. You need to go. Where are we? Black Mist. Haven't I heard that before? Are you alright? Can you walk? We just got attacked by monsters on our way up. That Mr. Door fellow protected us. He just seemed to come out of nowhere. Not much of a talker. Is he wearing a different outfit? Are the colors different? But when it comes down to taking down monsters, this man doesn't hold back. Who's dying this time? Oh dear. Curses, the Black Mist is catching up to us. We need to keep going. Okay. Seems like everyone here is motivated enough to not give in. Mr. Door, I don't believe I've seen you around here before. Why is that? Oh, what the frick? I get trial care. Or whatever. There's no need trying to get to know me. I'm just Mr. Door. I have to find a door that belongs to me. Oh, frick. I missed the dialogue. The door, quick monsters, get him. I can just push these ones off. Don't need to thank me. This is where my duty lies. Am I imagining things? I thought this door was open for me. Oh, maybe it was and then it closed. Okay. Remarkable work, Mr. Door. If I had your muscles, I'd do the same. I'm gonna sit. And let death catch up. Are none of these doors the one you're looking for? No. I'm so exhausted and the black mist is still rising. Oh, are you gonna give up now? Wait, look, there's more monsters down there. Are they coming from within the black mist? Like, are these actual monsters or are they just Fae? That are antagonists. No, they're getting on us. Quick, keep going or they'll be at our heels any second. Mr. Door, what are you doing? We need to get out of here. They're coming. Found it. The door? This is my door. What? You mean you're going to stay here? I am a door. This is where my duty lies. So he meant a door for closing, not for opening. No, you saved us. We can't leave you behind. You must keep going. A door can only keep things out for so long. You must make haste. It is a different outfit, right? But... Okay, Valeri actually... Does he die here too? Alright, let's go. We can't let Mr. Door's sacrifice be in vain. Oh dear. Oh dear. Black mist isn't moving anymore. Looks like both the monsters and Mr. Door are gone. I didn't just imagine all that, did I? Surely I wasn't so scared out of my mind that I hallucinated Door as a human being. No, I remember Mr. Door too. Okay, good. There's no way we both hallucinated the same thing. Getting sleepy? Well, looks like we're both safe for now. Go ahead, let's get some rest. Oh boy. 5 little soldier boys went out to law, 1 fell in chancellery, and then there were 4, or something like that. I don't remember. I don't even know. It's probably not actually 5. What time is it? Is it morning? I think I had a nightmare. I guess everyone's still asleep. These past 2 days have been exhausting. Valeri's keeping watch, though, so he's probably the only one awake. No, he's dead. Valeri? No, he's dead. Oh dear. Oh, and it's doing this. I can't check on anyone else. Wraith's Nocturne. Check on Valeri. You believe that you had solved the problem, yet the deaths continue occurring. What details have you missed? What key events have you not noticed? You continue... where's the E? Endeavoring to leave the theater alive. Yep, he looks as calm and composed as ever. Even now, it seems as if there's no burden he couldn't shoulder. Yeah, around him, time seems to stand still, as if the gods in their mercy finally granted him a moment of respite. Wake up! Everyone needs to wake up! Oh dear. Okay. Playable characters are not off the table for this. Oh dear. Just like the last 2 nights, no clear cause of death. I've been a real thorn in your side, haven't I, Mr. Valeri? Now you can rest in peace. But for me, life will be all the duller for not having to run away from you, my friend. How's Tonya? Is she okay? I just checked on her and doesn't seem like anything serious. She's just exhausted from the past couple of days and she's still recovering from her illness. We should let her sleep a bit longer. That means Valeri was the only one who died last night. If Valeri was awake and keeping watch, it would have been impossible to kill him without waking everyone else up. That much is certain. It is so frustrating! Why has nothing changed since yesterday? I thought we already dealt with the dead person causing all this. It's Ronova! Ronova is among us. Actually, one thing has changed. There's only 1 victim this time, not 2. Does that mean... I don't see the significance. Please explain. Oh, true. He sacrificed himself to save me and whatever. I'm just curious now. Sacrifice himself to save someone else. Can death not even be defended against? This always seems baseless to me. It's actually this. I mean, I did think, I don't know. That was between these two. Number of victims each night corresponds to the number of the deceased around us. So that means Mitya is the only, is the one that's dead. So, but why? Why is it being done like this? After the deceased tram left, there was one less victim last night. That more or less tracks. But then we're gonna have to reveal to Mitya that he's actually dead then if we're going with this. It's a reasonable conclusion considering the only variable that changed. Also, the music is swelling. Or it's getting ominous. The number of people who die each night is equivalent to the number of dead among us. That's your theory, right? No, because according to everyone else, everyone, the knowledge, the surface knowledge that everyone here has is that no one else is dead. So if this was it, then that means they would all have to be, alive. As the audio gets fed to the shredder, so the music swells. Did it start distorting again? I didn't realize it could happen multiple times in one instance. Frick. But if I was saying this, like, the number of people who die each night is equivalent to the number of dead among us. This would be basically all but outright saying that there's still someone who should be dead. Yeah, this distorting happens every now and then. Okay, yep, I'm gonna have to just adjust my settings. I have to figure out. It shouldn't be too hard, but I didn't want to... I'd forgotten about it before starting to stream. And I didn't want to do it so soon, like right before I do it, in case anything popped up. Next stream, hopefully I'll remember to just adjust it back and try and get all the audios balanced out. Exactly, we identified Mr. Shram and the night after he left, the death toll dropped from 2 to 1. Except one of... then that means one of us still has to be actually dead. By that logic, there must be one more dead person left among us. Does he know? He doesn't know! Another one, but there was only one person unaccounted for in the ticket checks, right? The head count should match up by now. But that's because he died even before the whole thing with the ley lines in this theater. Having an extra person was definitely a cause for alarm, but being one person short isn't nearly as unusual. Someone could have left in the middle of the show or made it out before the storm hit. One more dead person among us. If Mia's theory is right, then what Odette told me seems a lot more relevant. It's just, at the time, we had no reason to think there was more than one dead person. If only we'd taken it more seriously as a possibility, maybe this could have been avoided. I'm sorry, this is my fault. I had information that could have been helpful, but I held back. I should have brought it up right away. Oh, he's gonna find out he's actually dead. I'm partly to blame as well. I was too quick to dismiss Odette's concerns. What is it? What is this about? What have you two been getting up to behind my back? Sounds like there's some big news you've been keeping from the rest of us. Well, we're all ears. Odette tells the group about finding Mitya dead and your discussion yesterday. I'm the dead person? The scarf didn't know either! Wow, that's certainly news to me. Odette and I talked about it yesterday, but we thought it wasn't possible, so we just left it at that. Yeah, I don't blame you. If I'd been there, I probably would have reached the same conclusion. It just sounds too unbelievable. Did we just admit to him that Odette was going to sneak into his lab? Let me just try and verify this. I just scoured my memories trying to think back to the afternoon Miss Odette mentioned. But I honestly have no recollection of dying. That's where I'm different than Mr. Shram. Having seen Mr. Mia a few days ago myself, I also find it hard to believe he could be the other dead person among us. Well, if it isn't Mia, then who? Do we vote on it? Nope. Why would you vote? If you don't mind me asking, Volt, I believe you mentioned that you know Tonya's brother? Have you ever met her before all this? No, never. Wait, are you saying... Now, just 1 minute. I know where this is going. You can't just randomly point a finger at anyone you want. Aha! You were doing that to Odette just because you knew that she was Lelik. You're in the hot seat, and all of a sudden you want to divert suspicions onto somebody else? Trying to pick a fight, Mr. Tuganov, whenever you open your mouth, all you do is attack people, and I've had enough of it. If you don't want to engage in a civil discussion, you can shut up. I like this side eye. You little brat. Didn't he ask about Tonya because he suspects her? I suppose I only identified her by age and nothing else. Could that mean... I'm just saying, you're going around casting suspicion on people for no reason. How could Tonya be dead? I can vouch for her, if nothing else. I've seen her before. She's the sister of that Harbinger, isn't she? The one called Child. Oh, really? You're telling the truth? Since being here, I don't think I ever mentioned she was Child's sister specifically. Does Truganov actually know her? If Truganov can vouch for her, then it can't be Tonya either, in which case it seems unlikely that there's another dead person among us at all. Miss Odette, could you go over that afternoon with me one more time when you found me dead? Oh, well, I mean, she did already admit to being Lelik, so her activity of her saying that, yeah, she snuck into a room to leave a threat would check out. Wouldn't really be a shock at this point. No problem. No matter how hard I try, I just can't remember anything about dying, but I do remember something else. Miss Vodunitsa, during our last meal together, I told you how some of the researchers were suffering from temporary memory loss. Do you remember that? I totally forgot about that. Oh yeah, you said it was hindering the progress of your experiments? You thought they were just under too much stress or something. Right, and even though I don't remember dying that day, I'm pretty sure I experienced something like amnesia. Some of my memories from that afternoon are missing. Are you suggesting you're missing the memory of your... Of course. How am I only just realizing this? Humans aren't necessarily aware of their own death. Your life gets... Well, unless you die instantly. You would know if... Unless you were killed instantly, you would know that you're dying. You mean being silently assassinated or dying in sleep? Situations like that? I mean, yeah, if he was, like... If it's... I don't know. I mean... But it's like... I don't know. That's a little gruesome, the methods. Killing instantly while being silent. I don't know. The researcher's amnesia. Suddenly it all makes sense. I must thank you, Odette. I think your perspective just helped me reach a breakthrough on a series of issues that have been troubling me for quite some time. Alright, it's decided then. I'll be the one to leave today. Leave? Hey, wait a minute. Aren't you rushing into this? What if you're wrong? You'll pay with your life. Come on, kid. Aren't you going to fight for your life? This seems like a rash decision. I have other reasons beyond what's been discussed. In fact, thinking back, I remember during Miss Odette's performance while I was sitting in the audience stalls, a brilliant new idea for my research popped into my mind, but then my train of thought suddenly cut off because of the lights. I can't remember it now at all, and I didn't take any notes. I guess that must be another instance of temporary amnesia. No, hold on. I see where you're going with this. You're suggesting that each instance of temporary amnesia is a death, right? There's a glaringly obviously flaw in that idea, no? How can one person die so many times? I believe Miss Odette's account. During the period where my memory is blank, I must have either been dead or in a similar state. All it would take for the same thing to happen in theater, and I would come under the effect of the ley lines in this vicinity. This increases the likelihood of me being the deceased, does it not? You look so proud to be dead. But... There's no evidence to suggest that anyone other than me is a candidate for the deceased, so allow me, as a scientist, to treat this as an experiment. Sounding a little bit like the Tory, just without the malice, thankfully. Please relax, everyone. I don't think things are as bad as they may seem. If I really am the deceased, then to leave the theater will be a relief for me. If, on the other hand, I'm still alive right now, well, apparently you've all witnessed my resurrection recently anyway. Who's to say I won't return from the dead again this time? I like this guy. I like this guy even more. Mia's right. This is the only thing we can try right now. I think he's deliberately downplaying the gravity of the situation, though. He probably doesn't want to burden everyone. He looks so proud and happy. What is a scientist if not someone who gambles on experiment after experiment in an attempt to obtain the truth? With this snowstorm, the ley line phenomenon, ghosts of the dead, and my amnesia, we've been paralyzed by not knowing and powerless to do anything about it. It's a terrible feeling. Yeah, it was a different outfit. Different colors, right? Yeah. Valeria's outfit. But if I do get resurrected, you can be sure that I'll come back with the truth of all this. Just you wait. Okay. And his scarf is waving. 07. 07. As night falls, the theater is filled with heavy sounds. More than half of the group is gone since the first night here. Beyond the loop. Loop? It's a time loop? Samsara? Journey well? Wait, something about this ledge is so awkward. Why am I sticking to the ledge like that? Poor Mr. Miya, I didn't even get to see him one last time. Maybe it's a good thing that you weren't there to see it. It was a hard thing to watch. I hate goodbyes. Why does it feel like everyone around me is slowly disappearing? Not just in here, I mean in the outside world too. Child, yeah, can't hang out with her as much because he's gotten so much busier. He has to actually be a politician. Maybe it's the realization that at the end of life, everyone has to face it alone. Come to think of it, the main reason we're still alive right now is pure luck. Each morning here, for every one of us, there's a chance that we might not wake up. You could take it a step further and say that the same is true outside too. Who can ever be 100% sure when they drift off to sleep that they'll open their eyes again in the morning? If I make it out of here, I'm going to cherish every moment that I'm awake and live without any regrets. Without regrets, huh? I feel like there's a strange sense of anxiety that's been quietly growing inside me over the past 2 days. You okay? You look really glum. If something's bugging you, let's just talk about it. There's only a few of us left here now. After everything we've been through, what's the point in keeping things bottled up? I have a travel companion named Paimon. Alyosha and Odette have met her before. She's been feeling unwell recently. You're worried about her, aren't you? That makes sense. We've been trapped in here for days. To be honest, I used to feel like I was just a spectator in this world, watching everything that happens from the sidelines. Maybe it's because I'm a descender. Is it common knowledge to people in Shneznaya that you're a descender? They know of what you've done across the countries, but that you're a descender? A descender? Okay, Tony obviously doesn't know. But with Paimon by my side, over time I slowly felt my connection to this world growing stronger. Vadinitsa has no response. She's probably not super surprised, or she's mulling it over. She loves eating, sleeping, and having fun, but she's also a great guide. It's her authenticity that makes this whole world feel more real for me. Over the last few days we've been apart, I've often caught myself wondering, what would Paimon say if she were here right now? But by the time I snap out of it, the conversation has already moved on, and I'm still in my own little world. I'm trying to overcome this sense of detachment, but I really miss Paimon. I guess, in a way, she means the whole world to me. I bet she misses you when you're not there as well. Maybe you're her entire world, too. I don't know if this will make you feel any better, but back when the water imps left Snezhnegrad and Droz, I also felt the whole world was suddenly empty. I could be surrounded by people all smiling and having fun and still feel completely separate from it, so I totally understand how you feel. Later on, I started to think, maybe accepting the fact that our loved ones won't always be with us is something that takes a lifetime. All we can do is cherish their companionship from moment to moment. So once we get out of here, you better hurry back to her side as fast as you can. Can't let your story end in regret. That's the trope I hate most. Thank you, that's exactly what I needed to hear. But Vadinitsa, if you hate goodbyes too, why don't you leave with your people? That's just a choice I made. I used to regret it, but I don't anymore. Like I said before, singing is a water imp's primary mode of expression. It's how we convey our emotions. Our songs have echoed through this theater for hundreds of years, each one a story pieced together through moments of joy and sorrow. But does a story exist without someone to read it? To me, the answer is no. So I made the choice to stay. That way, there would still be someone left to sing these songs and listen to their stories. Otherwise, they could have been lost forever. Could you teach me how to understand your people's songs sometime? I want to be able to truly hear them, like Mr. Shram. Yeah, fan after my own heart. Thank you, Tonya. How about I sing something for you and you tell me what you hear? Okay, I'll do my best. I do not recognize this tune. If it is a leitmotif, if anything, I don't recognize it. I never heard that one before. It feels like I can hear a sense of longing somehow. I wonder why that is. Call me impressed, Tonya. You're a keen listener. I didn't catch that. Most people can only tell if a song is happy or sad. I don't think you'd be able to pick up on such specific details. So what's the song about then? Come on, tell me. I've actually never performed a song in the theater before because it has more of a ceremonial purpose for our people. It's not meant for the stage. It means something like, may those we have lost watch over us and follow the song back home in the night so that we may be reunited once more. So it's kind of like a requiem? Called to be reunited with our loved ones in our dreams. No wonder I could hear that sense of longing. You sing it for loved ones who have passed away. I hope it reaches them. It's getting late, Tonya, and you're not well. We should all turn in early. I suppose there's no reason to keep watch tonight. If that thing with Mitya was the real reason. Okay, but before I go to bed, could you sing that song a couple more times for me, Vadinetsa? Of course, anything for my #1 fan. Oh, that's the extended. Sing her lullaby to go to sleep. Once I get out of here, I definitely don't plan on ever coming back. Oh no. No more watching the ballerinas or the ballets or whatever. But I guess that means I'll never get to hear Vadinetsa sing again. That's a sad thought. Before I fall asleep, I should cherish this moment of companionship while it lasts. Is it gonna happen again? Oh boy. Oh wait, it's been 2 hours, 40 minutes. This is a long one. But this is a horrible time to leave off. I am in a different spot this time. Where am I? It's so dark in here and it feels kind of dizzy. Am I alone? Oh! What in the frick? Oh, what was that noise? It's Tonya? What in the frick is going on? Return, oh spirits, fulfill your oath of protection. Wake me up. I'm alive? What just happened? No time for questions. Quick, over here. Turn on the switch. We need to bring back the light. Alright, we're safe. That spirit, just now is called Night Prayer. The light subdues her, but she'll attack without second thought in the dark. Is she a ghost? Sort of. I know it's hard, but you can't let this place go dark or she'll kill you again. Did it really just die? She really just killed me? Yep, luckily I was here to resurrect you. Otherwise, that'd have been a real bummer. Bit more than a bummer, I'd say. Wait, so you have the ability to resurrect people? Sure I do. I'm your garden spirit, after all. What is going on? I'm so confused. I hope that we get a big explanation after all of this. I specialize in soul recall. Oh, it's nice to meet you, by the way. Thanks, it's nice to meet you too. No names? No names. Alright, there's no time to waste. The black mist is already catching up. We need to avoid it and the night prayer at all costs. Come on, let's go. We need to reach the next switch before this place gets too dark. If we bring the light back, the night prayer won't be able to get to us. Sweet light, it's back. Now that's a sight for sore eyes. It's night prayer. We need to move quick, but don't let her notice you. Just kidding. Look out. Bro, what is going? Are you okay? Are you okay? What happens if she reaches me? Why are you so stuttery? Oof. Oof. I am dead. Frick. I didn't catch the dialogue. I'm gonna do it again. Let me see if I can catch the dialogue again. Oh, a different one this time. Return to the spirits, fulfill your oath of protection. How many times do I gotta die to get all the dialogue? Oof. I'm gonna try one more time. Try to get that first one. Something on my watch. Okay. I won't let you die like this. Not on my watch. Okay. Wait. Bro! Ledges! Hello? Battlefield? Melee battlefield ledges? Next switch is over there. Oh, okay. What are you expecting me to do here? Okay. Sure. Oh, yeah, where's Gria in all this? Don't I just keep the goggles on me? What the frick? I was just okay. Fine, I'll walk through the inside. Bro. Oh, okay. But what if I want to? I don't think I was supposed to do that. This is just up ahead, hurry. Seems like she's near, but oh, she was inside the train, okay. It's too dark, we're not gonna make it. Come on, faster! Why am I walking? Why am I just standing there? I'm dead again! Well, won't let you die like this, not on my watch. Well, hit the thing. Hit the switch. And then resurrect me or something. I'm alive! Live, die, repeat. Even though it's not permanent, dying is definitely not a pleasant experience. Great, you're back. Yeah, thanks to you. Let's go! Stop talking, time for you to get out of here quick before the light runs out. For you, just me, what about you? Oh boy. Vodunitsa's gonna die! What the frick? What about you? You're not coming with me? I can't, I've already been used up. What does that mean? Guardian spirit skills are finite. I can only resurrect someone so many times. Okay, so just come with and hope I don't die again. I might not look any different, but my essence has been exhausted. Now I'll slowly start to fade away. I can go no further. The black mist is where I belong. It's okay. Why didn't you tell me sooner? Because it wouldn't have changed anything. That knowledge would have just burned you, and a guardian spirit's role is protect. But go now before it's too late. Already hear night prayer approaching. Bruh. And I'm just walking. Bruh. What is going on? What is going on? Vodunitsa, how could this happen? Vodunitsa! Well, I guess there's no need to inspect the body. You're beginning to grow numb to the tragic deaths that await each morning. Before long, the lament of countless water imps seems to resound around the theater, full of deep affection and sorrow for Vodunitsa. Vodunitsa isn't even playable yet, but she's been drip marketed. So they're not actually permanently dead, right? Right? Mitya and Valeri too. Your emotions begin to respond in kind, leaving a heavy feeling in your chest. Oh dear. This wasn't supposed to happen. You lied to us, didn't you, Chuganov? You've been lying from the start. Take a long, hard look at yourself before you go around accusing other people. I suspected you on day one, Lilac, and now look where we are. By some strange coincidence, you've never been targeted. You just happen to have survived this long. You just happen to have survived this long? No. You should be the prime suspect. And you, little hunter, ever so content to staying on the sidelines. Yet you're the one who stopped us from leaving from the start. Why are you trying to keep us here? I mean, to be fair, the storm was pretty strong, but sure. I don't know. Now you're just lashing out indiscriminately. That's either a sign of anxiety or a guilty conscience. Where was all this passion and bravado before? Decided to fight until the bitter end. Is that it? Is that a threat? Fine, bring it on. You think I'm afraid to die after all this? You want to kill me? Go ahead. I'd like to see you try. I mean, he definitely could. He's a hunter. A dead definitely could. I definitely could. After all the trauma of the past few days, everyone's been pushed to the breaking point. Valeria and Mitya aren't here anymore. Someone else needs to step up and take charge. But first, I need to think this through. Considering everyone left, who's the most likely candidate for the deceased? I want to see what Mitya's thing said. Yeah. Suspected of being one of the deceased. I didn't get to see what Alyosha was. I'm just curious. He's arguably the first one who arrived after arriving in Snezhnaya. Well, works at theory also met him outside of it, so he can't be the deceased. Okay. It shouldn't be me. I just want to see what it says. My memories are perfectly coherent. Even after racking my brains, I can't recall any scenes of my own death. I mean, but that's... No. But that's what Mia thought, but then he also had other things of amnesia. I guess after all this, Tonya would be the most likely, but like, I just don't see any of them to be it. She's been recently active as Lilac, so she's unlikely to be the deceased. Clearly remember Mr. Chuganov the first time we visited the theater. He made quite an impression. That was just a few days ago, so he's unlikely to be the deceased. And Tonya's always all sickly and whatever. Okay. With those who remain, the only person we've never met before is Tonya. There is room to doubt her true identity. She's easily misled by first impressions. Now that I think about it, child's sister was in fact a label I imposed on her due to my own assumptions. But Mr. Chuganov vouched for Tonya's identity yesterday. With basically no other possibilities left, could it be... It's Ronova! Somewhere! Tonya, how's Tusser been lately? Oh, we're gonna test her! Tusser! Tusser? Your brother, Ajax, must have mentioned in his letters home, right? Did he say anything about a blonde traveler? Must have mentioned me in his letters home. No, and my brother's name is Razik, not Ajax. The imposter has been found. Chuganov, looks like it's your turn to do some explaining. Yesterday you said you could vouch for Tonya. Why'd you give us a false testimony? It's a different Tonya? I knew you were behind this, Chuganov. You've been lying through your teeth from the start. Everything about you is fake, down to the wife and daughter you're always talking about. Your entire family man persona is a charade, isn't it? That night when I infiltrated your palace as Lilac, I noticed you were home alone. Didn't think much of it at the time, I just thought everyone else was out. But thinking back on it now, that doesn't seem very likely. My guess is, you live alone, don't you? Even that was a lie, but why would he lie about having a family? Make him not seem like such a greedy capitalist or something? I don't know. Versus, why is there no end to this blasted snowstorm? If it would just stop, I think I remember now. I know how I ended up here. It feels like a distant memory, but at the same time, it's like it was just yesterday. The reason I'm always coughing is because I got sick with frostbite. The locals usually call it the snow cough. It's not a very common illness. It's partly genetic and partly caused by the cold climate, but it can be fatal. So they sent me to the hospital as soon as they found out I had it. And I spent so long lying there in that hospital bed. After a while, I felt myself growing weaker and weaker. Nothing seemed to be working anymore. Neither the treatment that the doctors were giving me, nor the medicine my brother was brewing from the frost fairy flower leaves. One day I told my brother that I wanted him to take me outside for once, so things could be like that, like they used to be, just for one day. I wanted to meet loads of friends, experience new things. He agreed. He snuck me out of the hospital and we escaped. We got to the theater, bought tickets, and went outside. It was all so exciting. I remember the show very clearly. It was amazing, but I found myself getting sleepier and sleepier. Oh, Tonya. When I woke up, I couldn't find my brother anymore, so I guess he'd already left. Why is it playing, like, slightly somber music? But there's no way he'd leave me behind, so I decided to stay there and wait for him. At the time, I figured he'd probably gone to brew some more medicine for me. I was planning to chew him out for abandoning me when I got back. Tonya, it sounds like by then you'd already... Yes, I know, I understand now. I'm dead, aren't I? This cough and this feeling weak is probably just my body's memory. We're not sending you out there, are we? After all that, turns out I can't blame my brother after all. I was the one who abandoned him. But you're not Tartaglia's sister. I'm sorry everyone, I've realized this much too late. Seems like death skewed my perception, now I've dragged you all into this mess. But then that means there would have been 3 people who was dead. Shram, Miya, and this Tonya. But then only 2 people were dying per night. So that theory doesn't hold up anymore, of the number of people dying per night. Your name probably isn't even Tonya, is it? Didn't that ever strike you as odd over the last few days? When I was little, my brother and I read a storybook and Tonya is the name of one of the characters. When we escaped from the hospital, our family and the hospital security were looking everywhere for us. So when you first approached me and said my brother had sent you and called me Tonya, I thought he must have chosen a fake name that only the 2 of us would know, because he was afraid of getting caught. Now it seems like that was just wishful thinking. At least your memory of death isn't painful. That is a small comfort. Now it's your turn, Chuganov. Talk to us. I believe no lies ever told us how to reason. You're right, I was lying. I happened to know that the Harbinger child and his sister Tonya managed to get tickets, so I lied to you and pretended I knew them. And yes, I was lying about my family too. Truth of the matter is, I lost them a long time ago. I just refused to accept reality, and now I've spent the second half of my life living a lie. I'm a joke. My daughter's name was Iskra, and yes, before you ask, yes, Iskra as an Iskra manufacturing plant. She also died from the snow cough. She was just 6 years old. That's probably why he seemed kind of surprised when she mentioned the Frost Fairy Flower Tonic thing. If she were still alive today, she'd be around the same age as little Tonya here. After Iskra passed, my wife couldn't bear to face those memories either, so she chose to start a new life without me. One day when I came home from work and saw the empty room, I felt like I couldn't breathe. Subconsciously, I started to imagine they were still there. Okay, you know what? It's a sad story, but I'm kind of having doubts given the first dude we met at the other town, making up the sob story to gather sympathy. Soon discovered that this is the only thing that made me feel any better, so I just embraced the delusion. Nothing more than a pathetic means of escapism, I know, but at least it's not a crime. Aha! Yep, he's thinking the same thing. So explain your false testimony then. The night before last, when I was chatting with Tonya, she mentioned that her brother would brew medicine for her from her Frost Fairy flower leaves. Combined with her various symptoms, I suddenly understood everything, including the fact she was deceased. The snow cough used to be an incurable illness. Used to be. I'd pick Frost Fairy flower leaves to brew medicine for Iskra too. It took hours and hours on the stove. But the year after my daughter passed away, the Jester of the Fatui announced that a cure for frostbite, also known as snow cough, had finally been developed. Turned out that all that previous treatments were completely ineffective, no better than random concoctions. That was the final straw for me. I just couldn't take it anymore. Just one more year, and everything would have been okay. So more than anyone, I knew full well that in this day and age, no one in their right mind would still be using frostfire leaves to brew medicine for the snow cough. Poor Miss Tonya therefore had to have been from an area when snow cough was still a terminal illness. Disappear, I need water. Oh, Vodunitz is gonna be really sad when she undeaths. Her number 1 fan has been dead all along. So you projected your daughter onto her, even though you knew she was one of the dead? Even though you knew that protecting her could get you killed? That doesn't make any sense. You know she was already dead. What did you hope to achieve by protecting her? I just don't believe in your crackpot theories, nor do I approve of your actions. How can you just declare a living person dead and throw them out into that snowstorm? Mia's gone, my good buddy Shram's gone, now it's Tony's turn, isn't it? Well, we weren't intending to throw either of them out. They both went out on their own terms. The others I can make my peace with, but little Miss Tonya, here she is, standing right in front of us, alive and breathing and fighting her own battles. You're quite happy to say she's dead. I just want her to live. Once the snowstorm is over, the very moment it stops, I'm going to march out that door and find someone who can fetch the very best medicine for her snow cough. But if she's already dead, that won't do anything. You can't bring her back. She has to be alive to be treated. I'll be danged if I'm gonna watch you cast her out into the snowstorm before I have the chance to cure her. Assuming she is still alive. Not again. Not this time. Not when the cure is right within our grasp. I'd never be able to forgive myself. Mr. Chugunov, stop. I can't let you do this. Tonya? By the sounds of it, you've known I was dead since the night before last, right? Yeah, if she's dead, then curing her won't make... There's nothing to cure. She isn't alive. I really like Mr. Valeri, Mr. Mitya, and Miss Vodunitsa. Now they're all dead because of me. I'm not happy about that. The reality is, you've been trying to fight your own demons through me, but all you've really done is trap me inside your delusion along with you. No, listen to me. I want to save you. I do. Can't bring her back to life. Well, at this point, I'm quite sure that I'm dead. I don't need to be saved. The time I got to spend with all you is more than enough for me. But then, if she's dead, why is she still here? That question applies to Mitya too. Why were they not permanently dead? This has to be something to do with Ronova. Despite all the bad things that kept happening, I got to meet so many interesting people and spend so many days and nights by your side. Since the day I escaped that hospital until now, this has been an adventure I never even dared to dream of. I'm very fond of you all. If it were only possible, I'd trade my soul to bring back the ones who died. It meant things that didn't have to, things didn't have to end like this. And that's why I'm not fond of you at all, Mr. Chugunov. Oh? That's why I'm not fond of you at all, Mr. Chugunov. I'm sorry. It's them that you owe an apology to, sir, not me. Well then, I suppose this is it. It's time for my adventure to end. I've caused enough trouble. You're leaving already? It's still early. Don't you want to stay a little longer? No, thank you. Oh, and by the way, my name is Tashka. It was nice meeting you all. Oh dear. Feels strange that we've only been properly introduced now that it's time to say goodbye. Tashka? What are you doing, Chugunov? Are you crazy? Let me leave. I can't keep lying to myself anymore. In your dreams, don't think you're getting off that easy when you've had a hand in deaths of so many people. The Fatui have honed quite an array of enhanced interrogation techniques since they were founded. Once we're out of here, Lelik will personally give you a taste of every last one. The snowstorm continues, as if it will never stop. Nighttime soon falls once again. Oh dear. Oh dear. That thing with the number of deaths aligning with the number of people who are actually already dead doesn't line up, so that means more could still die here. I think we should leave. I doubt the snowstorm's ever going to stop. For all we know, this storm might have destroyed all of Snezhnaya by now, maybe even the whole world. I'm starting to feel the same way. Maybe this is the heat death of the universe! Wait, we finally solved the mystery of the haunted theater today. Maybe let's at least try to enjoy tonight? Fair enough. I don't particularly feel like dying in Chuganov's company anyway. And yet, you won't let me die first. Hey, Chuganov, on a serious note, if we do make it out of here, you should close down that factory of yours. A lot of people are freezing thanks to you. Is really the time to be discussing my factory? Alright, fine, I'll shut it down. Doesn't matter to me anymore. Knock, knock, knock. Huh? 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 It's finally over? Am I hearing things, or is that a knock at the door? Knock, knock, knock. There it is again, but I don't understand. The snowstorm hasn't stopped, has it? Maybe the snowstorm has brought us some unwanted visitors. Or maybe it's the rescue team that Valerie mentioned. Should we open the door? I mean, yeah, is this it? Is the nightmare finally over? I mean, what's the alternative? Leave it closed? Pretend that no one's here, that we're all dead? If the last few days are anything to go by, I probably shouldn't be getting my hopes up. Whatever lies beyond that door at this moment, it could be something even more terrifying than everything we've been through so far. It's just knocking. It's gonna be some monster, oops, that doesn't have a mind. It wouldn't be knocking if that was the case. Probably. Wait, is there anyone to talk to? There's no one to talk to. Okay. Are all the dead ones in here? Yeah. Open the door. Oh boy. It's Mia! He's back! He's back! Let's go! Hey everyone, I'm back.
How
are you doing? Feeling any better? Much better, thanks. It's so good to have you guys here. I was a little worried that the theater would be empty by the time I got back. Let me see, Tonya and Vodunitsa are missing, which means... Vodunitsa died last night, and then you discovered that Tonya was the other dead person. Am I right? You knew about it but didn't want to say anything either? Rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated. Not Tonya, Toshka. First, tell us how you made it back here given the conditions outside. No one should have been able to return alive. Maybe you are still dead, and thus not susceptible to the cold. You're right, the thing that got me back safely was a song. I heard someone singing. Oh? Heard Vodunitsa? That doesn't make sense. Maybe with the directions, but like, the environment? After walking into the snowstorm, my mind grew hazy. I don't know how long I walked through the storm before my mind completely slipped away. But it's also like, it's just one long walkway. It shouldn't be that... It shouldn't have been that hard to find the buildings of the rest of Snezhnograd. Then suddenly I heard the sound of singing. The voice instantly brought me back to my senses and I regained consciousness. That's grayscale except for this thing. Sort of. So I followed the voice, searching for the source of the singing. I searched and searched until finally, just a few moments ago, there was the entrance to the theater, right in front of me. Except that she was singing before she died, the previous night. The singing... I've actually never performed a song in theaters before because it has more of a ceremonial purpose for our people. It's not meant for the stage. It means something like, may those who have lost watch over us and follow the song back home tonight. Oh, yeah. That we may be reunited once more. So you're still dead. That must have been Vodunitsa's Requiem. Who knew it actually worked? That song is meant to guide the souls of the dead. Mia, that must mean that you... No kidding. Seems like I guessed right. Then, this is what I've been so desperate to tell you about. Are we finally going to learn what's actually happening? This has reached 3 hours and 10 minutes. Frick! Was not expecting to go this long. But this is a horrible time to leave off. When I first stepped out of the theater, I was still quite lucid. My memory is still pretty intact. I remember the outside world being completely different than what I'd expected. It was a world where only the snowstorm existed. There wasn't a trace of any humans or buildings ever having been there. Okay, so it's literally just been put in a sort of pocket dimension-ish. What is it? One of the Pokemon movies, actually. One of the Pokemon films. The Rise of Darkrai. I actually really liked that one. It's what Palkia was doing to the town to hide from Dialga. Dialga? I don't know. I don't know how else to describe it except to say that it just didn't seem like the real world. You know, and it being like sort of stuffed in a pocket dimension would also explain why there were no outside. Why no one from outside was trying to come in. Now, that begs the question, what does it look like from people on the outside? Is it just, like, gone, or what? Because if it was to them, to the external people, just gone, they'd all be like, wait, what happened to this? Where'd it go? What about the people inside? But even if that wasn't the case, even if it was there, like... Even if it was there, surely they'd have noticed that something was off, that the people were missing. Maybe they can't interact with it properly. Like, if there was an illusion or something. As for the Requiem, if I was guided here by Vodunit's song, it only mean that I must already be dead, and this is my soul, not my body. But I didn't experience a clear moment of death while I was out there, nor do I feel any different now than before I walked into the snowstorm. Also, what happens if no one sleeps? They don't seem any different to me either. In fact, this is something I've been wondering about for a while. If souls aren't physical, shouldn't they lack tangible form? Yeah, it's like, how can you knock? That's also just one of the other things that kind of bothers me. Is like the souls. It's like if they don't have a physical form, how can they stand on the floor? Not meant to question it. Both Shram and Toshiko were clearly deceased, and yet their souls didn't look or feel like ghosts at all. They were visible, tangible, no different than you or me. This raises a truly terrible thought. Is that really what Miya is suggesting? Oh, well, Miya was trying to tell us everyone in the theater had been dead all along. No. We can leave this place now. He said the outside world is a world where only the snowstorm exists, so it must be connected to the ley line, so going out there will only take us further away from the real world. Mia has come back to life again. Requiem calls the souls of dead. This is proof that Mia is dead and has not been resurrected. We're all inside it's probably this one. Yeah. Dreams can't explain everything, and this isn't the Sub-Zero's festival. Everyone in the theater has been dead all along. Oh no, we've all been dead. Mia's soul was summoned back by the Requiem, confirming that he is indeed already dead, and yet he looks no different from us. Of course, if even a long-deceased like Mr. Shram can blend in with us undetected, then maybe we've all been dead from the very start. All of us are now souls wandering the theater. Oh, wait, maybe the theater is still out there and our bodies are just lying in the theater? But while our souls and whatever was trapped inside this sort of pocket dimension version of the theater. But our bodies are all just laying there and everyone's trying to wake us up. Well, biologically we're alive, but... yeah. You know, that's kind of a creepy render right here. I don't know why. It just is. Yes, I think this is probably the afterlife. What'd you say? You heard me. We died in the theater. All of us did. But due to an obstruction in the theater's ley lines, our souls are trapped here, while an endless, infinite snowstorm rages outside. It's ironic, really. All that time we were working so hard to figure out who the deceased among us were, when the truth was, we were all deceased. The only difference being, some of us died more recently than the others. Do you remember that note, "Death is near"? Seems like we misunderstood what it meant after all. Death was near than we wanted to think all along. The note simply meant that all of us were already dead. So all our attempts to survive to search for the deceased was all for nothing? Hard to say. At the very least, we helped two lost souls find clarity and go to where they belong. The presence of those two is probably what caused our souls to be drawn in by the ley lines, in which case the deaths we've awoken to over the past few days are just souls returning to the ley lines for good. If what you're saying is true, doesn't that make us the lost souls now? I wonder, this afternoon when I was moving Vodunitsa's body, I noticed that the other bodies in the room hadn't decayed one bit after all these days. That's further proof that those aren't physical bodies after all, but merely our shells here in the afterlife. Am I really dead? This doesn't feel real to me at all. No, that's impossible. This cannot be how it all ends. I still find it hard to believe that all of us are dead. How exactly did we die in the real world? None of us has any memories of dying, right? None of us have amnesia either, except for Mia, which we've already addressed. Not even knowing how we died is preposterous. Good grief, surely there has to be some reason. Ronova! When are you gonna show up? I'm like 97.2% sure it's her doing here. Exactly, it's hard to rest in peace when you don't even know how you died. It gave me lots to think about when I strode out into the snowstorm. I racked my brains trying to remember the cause of my death, the exact moment I died, the root of all this, right up until my consciousness faded. Wait, hold on. Right before I lost consciousness, I think I saw something. What was it? I can't remember. And I think I lost my notebook and pen. Your hand, is that blood on your fingers? Oh, you're right. There's blood on the fingertips on my right hand. It looks like it's already dried. When did that happen? Frostbite? I did notice that, actually. It didn't occur to me that it might be something, but when he was putting his hand up to his chin in the thinking pose, I did notice that. Oh! It's Ronova! It's actually Ronova! What the? It's Ronova! It's confirmed! I guess this is what I saw? I must have desperately been drawn in my own blood right before losing consciousness. No! I recognize what this is! That gave me a shock. Holy frick. I don't know why. That gave me literal chills when that popped up. What's wrong? Do you recognize this symbol, Volt? It's Ronova, the ruler of death. Oh boy. That gave me a legitimate shock. Just the reveal just like that, like, I got chills, actually. Alyosha, do you still remember what Shniz 9 folk tale you told me about? It was about the Grim Reaper. When someone's about to die, he appears in an incarnation of someone familiar to guide their soul in the afterlife. And as soon as you recognize his face, your life is over. What's with this camera shot? Is this Ronova? He also happens to be standing away from the rest of us. Is Alyosha Ronova here? Oh frick, this is not good. I heard a similar tale when I was little. You think the Grim Reaper in the story refers to the ruler of death you mentioned? We still have the scene where Renova's targeting Paimon, and then I throw hands. That's right. And Alyosha didn't. He didn't even respond. Alyosha has to be Renova, right? I don't even know. I'm just throwing that out there, but frick. This is creepy as frick. That's right, in which case death is near could also mean that the Grim Reaper is here disguised in this familiar form. Death, the deceased, and the Grim Reaper, so it's a triple entendre? 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 When I first saw this note, I thought it contradicted the investigation report, but now it seems like that was the whole intention. That Renova is literally a Mogus. So the Grim Reaper deliberately misled us. Then we started suspecting each other and searched for the deceased while they hid in plain sight. By that logic, the one person most likely to be the Grim Reaper incarnate is the one most familiar of someone familiar to guide their soul into the afterlife. If Renova in the trailer was speaking to me, Renova was asking Traveler, why are you intentionally interfering with Snezhnine affairs? So Renova has clearly taken note of me. And the one I'm most familiar with here is Alyosha. I'm just gonna click on the others because I'm reasonably sure it's Alyosha here. I just want to see what it says. Okay. Yeah, that's just identifying Grim Reaper is a major decision to make. I should think it over carefully. Yep, it's just gonna say the whole thing, that thing again. It's Alyosha. Holy frick. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't like her. That actually made me jump. Kind of. I recoiled in my chair. No doubt about it, it's Alyosha. Looking back at how everyone has acted over the past few days, Alyosha is most likely the Grim Reaper amongst us. Okay, I actually don't get this part over the past few days. I didn't pick up on anything. I'm only feeling that it's Alyosha here now, but I don't get this looking back at how everyone has acted over the past few days. Is it you, Alyosha? You were the first to discover the investigation report, and you had plenty of time to slip the note inside to mislead us. I'm just so casually asking, hey, can you please tell us, are you the Shade of Death? You know, please tell us the truth. We'd appreciate it. So, surely you can't suspect me based on that alone. But what's the purpose here? If Alyosha is Ronova, what's the purpose of this whole twisted game? What if someone else found the investigation report first, slipped a note inside, and then put it back without telling anyone? That is a valid point. But combined with all the other things that happened, it's just... there's no denying it. The note could have easily been slipped in much earlier than it was discovered. That's not all. I've also noticed that although on the surface, Valeria, Mitya, and sometimes I were the ones taking charge of the situation. Looking back now, even though you didn't say much, you were always subtly guiding everyone from the sidelines. I don't quite get that. What do you mean? You're the one who emphasized how dangerous it was outside and insisted we all stay here. It was also you who suggested that we all sleep in the same place. Okay. Yeah. Whoa, did something happen with the rendering? Something's up. This is not lined up. You see this weird corner here? That is showing in my game window. Oh, that's probably intentional with all the framing we're doing here. Or sort of. An effect of what they're doing the framing here is just a little bit sloppy. And earlier today, you tried to convince Toshika to stay. I don't understand why, but it was out of character. So you didn't understand my intentions, now you're assuming the worst. Seems pretty unreasonable if you ask me. You still won't admit it? Fine, let's see how he responds to one of the most condemning evidence, to the most condemning evidence of all. What would be the most condemning piece of evidence, actually? The biggest question I have right now, if the Green Reaper is impersonating Alyosha, then where's the real Alyosha? When did they switch? Alyosha is also... well, no, he's not always with Tugurin, actually. Is he? I don't think so. Alyosha didn't have Tugurin with him while we were exploring out of the theater in Sinatra, right? When was Alyosha switched out? Not this. When we returned from the snowstorm? No, the rule of death would have needed to control how everything unfolded from the start. She wouldn't have infiltrated our ranks this late. Let me think about this again. You know, part of me being jumpy at when when Renova's icons appeared on Mia's hand and on that photo card, me being jumpy, part of that is probably because it's nighttime. I think I just get more jumpy at night. Or like when it's not light outside, even though of course the inside is well lit. When you discover the investigation report? No. Has to have been from the very start. No, the rule of death added that note to the investigation report at that time. This indicates that Alyosha had been switched out even earlier than that. After their performance while investigating the snowstorm. No, but this happened first, before this. The first night I spent in the theater. No, nothing related to Alyosha happened that night. I should think about this. It's this one. But still, I feel like it would have been swapped out before. When? After the performance while investigating the snowstorm. Oh, right, he walked out. That's why. He left the building. to investigate it. For some reason, I thought he just, like, stood in the doorway. But no, he left the building. So that means Alyosha left, Ronova came back in, and then took us to this weird but weird pocket dimension thing. Alyosha's probably out there scrambling his brains trying to figure out what happened. That's right, this was the moment. Right at the start, before any victims had even emerged, Alyosha was switched with the ruler of death while everyone's guard was still down. The death bell tolls. Bell of death tolls or whatever. When all this began, right after the performance ended and a snowstorm began to pick up, no one suspected anything unusual. We just assumed we were snowed in. It wasn't until we discovered the bodies the morning after that we'd realized something out of the ordinary was going on. But it's clear now that the oddities actually started earlier than that, when Daimov walked into Snowstorm and never came back. Right! He went out and never came back. He couldn't figure out, like, the place is either gone, or there's an illusion with something blocking them from getting in. Right, so Mr. Daimov was the first victim, not Soboleva and Torgov. Or he was actually killed, yeah. He could have also been killed. We don't know what happened to him. We don't know why he didn't make it back. Could be something from this weird pocket dimension not being able to access it, or he was killed. And if we pinpoint the moment as the beginning of the incident, then one thing becomes clear. Alyosha, you're the only person who walked into the snowstorm and came back without the help of Vodunitsa's Requiem. More precisely, Alyosha never came back at all. The one who came back was the Grim Reaper. Not bad. Well, since you've backed me into a corner, I suppose there's no point keeping up the act anymore. There it is. The eyes. Renova's eyes. Alyosha. It's not Alyosha! You're the Grim Reaper. I'm no such tired cliche. Mortals should address me as the ruler of death. No thanks, I'm just gonna call you Renova. Before being wiped out for good, you identified the two deceased and even sensed my presence. A commendable achievement, far beyond what I expected. But what's your motive in all this? What's all this for? What's the purpose? I heard you can ferry souls. Those deaths each night, were they your doing? Your initial conclusion was correct. Due to the existence of the two deceased, the ley lines yearn to reclaim those long-lost souls. Every night they devoured an equal number of souls to fill the void. This required no intervention from me, though of course ferrying souls is indeed my authority. But if Mitya was dead, that would mean there were three people. Mitya, Shram, and Toshka. But there were only ever two or one people killed at night. Here, take a look. What up, Mr. Chuganov? What are you doing? That takes care of today's too. Why is it two today? What? Mia's the only one who would be dead. Or like, I still don't understand your logic in how you're deciding how many or your purpose. Don't get so worked up. You're already dead and your souls must return to the ley lines. I know we're already dead. You murdered us, didn't you? Murdered? No, murder is when mortals usurp my authority. Death is my jurisdiction. If I require someone to die, I need not resort to such laborious methods as murder. You simply met the criteria to trigger my curse of death. That is? I know about the curse of immortality, so there's another death-related curse too. You cursed us? When? And why would you do such a thing? So often humans pray to me, begging to know when their death will come, and what form it'll take. But few people ask why. If you must have an answer, know that death comes simply because one's time has come. So you're not going to tell us the truth? Hold your tongue. By all rights, you shouldn't even be allowed to speak with me. Those angels from the past are to blame for the reckless renovation of the ley lines here. Made my work on this occasion infuriatingly complicated. Work? So trapping us here, making us watch our friends die, that's just another day at work for you? You clearly have a lot of questions. Fine. As a reward for your remarkable achievements over the past few days, I shall answer a few of your inquiries, provided they aren't too unreasonable. After the physical body dies, the soul must return to the ley lines for that person's death to be considered complete. My work encompasses the entire process of death, including, naturally, the guiding of souls into the ley lines, with which you are now so familiar. You must also be rather familiar with Natlan's Night Kingdom, I presume. It was I who supported the creation of the Night Kingdom, provided a convenient means of guiding the souls of Natlan. Here too, the ley lines connected to the theater underwent some modifications. The angels hope to make them capable of accommodating the souls of some special creations. But this actually hindered their ability to accept ordinary souls to some degree. Yeah, I gotta sleep. Alright, good night, Joker. Thank you for dropping by. Hope you enjoyed it. This effect manifested itself after you died from the curse in the theater, leaving you stranded in the afterlife, unable to achieve a complete death. But why did we die in the first place? What were the criteria for us to die in the first place? But if souls who die from the curse of death fail to return to the ley lines within a short window of time, they will miss their chance for good. Then they'll remain forever suspended between life and death, no longer subject to the authorities of either. Death and, Nibirius? Rhine daughter Nibirius? So if you don't resolve this matter soon and see all our souls return to the ley lines before long, we'll escape your control. Sharp, this must be what ronova was worried what might happen, and the reason she got involved to begin with. But if you have the authority to guide souls, why don't you just show yourself and get it over with? Why hide among us in the form of Alyosha? You seek to understand the mind of a god? Very well, I'll tell you. This is a theater, and I decided I wanted to watch a show about death. That's why I encourage you to take the events to the stage. I found myself getting quite immersed. I suppose the entertainment provided makes up for all the trouble you've caused me by being so defiant in the face of death. There, are you happy with my answer? Can't say I am. I like this dude. Really? But if it's the stereotypes you humans have about gods. Just moments ago, you were complaining about how infuriatingly complicated your work here has been. Work is work, I get it. There are times when it's a huge pain, but you just have to get it done, right? That's a rather unique perspective for a human. You are in fact correct. There is a pain point in this case. Due to the obstruction of the theater's ley lines, there is a hard limit on the number of souls they can receive each day, making it impossible for me to ferry all your souls at once. That's why it was only a maximum of 2 per day, even though we had 3. But that still doesn't explain why one night there was only 1. Revealing my identity too soon would inevitably have led to futile resistance, and there was a risk that any souls who chose to run would disappear. Then there's the issue of the 2 lost souls you called the deceased. The way you resolved that quandary was all part of my design. That's what I don't understand. If all of us were souls of the dead, what made their presence among us so special? For centuries, they have refused to return to the ley lines, exploiting the issues created by the angel civilization to resist being drawn in. Centuries of obsession accumulated during this process. You may think of this as obsession as the resentment of the dead, and in this quantity, it was a bomb that could have detonated at any moment. So that's why they only did 1 deceased and 1 non-deceased at a time those nights, sort of. It reached a point where I could not afford to leave it unchecked, but the only way to fix it was to help them acknowledge their own deaths, make peace with their regrets, and willingly walk them into the snowstorm. Only then, with my guidance, could they finally return to the ley lines. Otherwise, you would not like to know what the consequences would have been. Oh, but I would have liked to know, thank you. I vaguely remember seeing Toshka, but in the most terrifying form. Was that in a dream? Is that what would have become of her if she hadn't returned to the ley lines? I see your dreams brought you many revelations. So you see, death in fact grants wisdom to mortals. Souls connect to all things in the world and see the chain of cause and effect between them. It's nothing unusual. Anyway, giving psychological counseling to lost souls is not my strong suit. That is more of an angel's role. It was something that I could not resolve directly using my authority, so I decided it was easier to leave the bomb defusal to you. Meanwhile, of course, their presence caused the souls of other members of your party to return to the ley lines each night. From where I stand, that was killing two birds with one stone. As both issues slowly resolved one another without me having to lift a finger, all I had to do was stay close and keep the situation under control, then use my authority to wrap things up at the end. And of course, while I was at it, I thoroughly enjoyed watching this drama, dealing with death from a mortal perspective, play out on the stage. Sounds like you had it all figured out, Grim Reaper. Yes, yes, we're calling her Grim Reaper specifically because she doesn't like it and we don't like her. I just did the math. You said there's a hard limit to the number of souls the ley lines here can receive each day. It's 2, isn't it? Aha, that means you can't kill us right here. We can resist, futile as it may be, until something comes in. An external factor, perchance. That much is obvious, even to a fool. It's time to review this whole affair. If the ley lines can only take two people in per day, I need to go over the deaths of these past few days again. And she just took Chugadov and Odette. It's hard capped for the day. We have 23 hours and 30 minutes to figure out something. Like each day is deceased in order. In order? Oh, frick. Looking back now, none of us had the faintest idea at the time. What happens if I pick a wrong one? I'm curious. From the moment that staff member named Daimov walked into Snowstorm, the incident had already begun. Yeah, but we don't actually know the criteria for why she had all of us killed. So. No. Nope. It's wrong. It's not. It was. Okay, okay. I just wanted to see what it would say. Wait. Oh, day 1. Hold on. No, no. It was. Alyosha was 1. Replaced by Nova after walking into Snowstorm. Yeah. Alyosha was the second to walk into Snowstorm after Daimov to investigate. During this process, the ruler of death assumed his identity, making him one of the victims. And this one's Daimov, right? Day 2. Choose the characters who died today. But what about Daimov? He's not here. During our first night in theater, everyone was caught up in the novelty of it all. No one could have expected there would be victims from the very next morning. Despite all the confusion and with the help of hindsight, we finally began to realize that something was amiss with the snowstorm. Oh, that's Torgov. It was Torgov and so yeah. Soul returned to Leylands on the first night. Yeah. The lands devoured Torgov and Sobolev on the first night. At the time, we thought this might be a murder case connected to Lilac. The 2 staff members, Odette and I spoke a lot that night. 3 people were on watch, but in the morning we discovered that someone had fallen victim all the same. Yep. The deaths of Kulish and Ramhana caused everyone to stop suspecting Lilac. Yeah, but if this is all happening in this weird afterlife pocket dimension, that, again, like I said, it's possible that out in the non-afterlife, our bodies are still biologically alive there, right? The deaths of Kulish and Ramhana caused everyone to stop suspecting Lilac. Unexplainable phenomena occurred one after another, leading me to suspect that we were caught up in a supernatural event. Later we discovered that there seemed to be an extra person among us, and subsequently discovered the existence of the deceased. Shram and Valeri. A deceased soul that had lingered around the theater for a long time and ultimately chose to depart of his own accord. Mr. Shram realized that he was the deceased and walked into the snowstorm to return to the ley lines of his own accord. It turns out there really was a dead person among us. So return to the ley lines, yep. We thought it was all over, but Mr. Valeri's death was a rude awakening for everyone. The ley lines consumed him during the night regardless. I don't understand though, like, the whole upward spiral staircase thing is like, if they get caught in the black mist, they return to the ley lines. But why is it that their avatars, or whatever, however you want to describe it, in that weird dream sequence, are all just giving up or accepting it? What happened today and Mr. Valeri's death led us to discover the connection between a number of deceased and a number of victims during the night. Next was Mitya. The fact that there's more than one deceased seemed to bring us back to square one. Adet revealed some information she'd been keeping to herself. It's Mitya and Vodunitsa. Vodunitsa was swallowed by the ley lines in her sleep, but the requiem she sang before falling asleep was quite a game changer. Helped Mitya get back. Oh. Although Mitya didn't indeed walk into Snowstorm that day, he returned from the ley lines with the help of Vodunitsa's requiem. The void filled in the ley lines hadn't been filled, so let's rule out Mitya for now. It was Tashka. The deceased soul had lingered around the theater for a long time, but ultimately chose to depart of her own accord. As it happened, Tashka filled the void left by Mitya's return from the ley lines while walking into the snowstorm this morning. The girl I thought was child's sister Tony turned out to be another of the theater's deceased. Come to think of it, Tashka was about to walk into the snowstorm that time. And Ronova, unaware that Mitya would return, was concerned that her soul would overflow from the ley lines. That's why she used Alyosha's voice to try and persuade her to stay behind. Oh, that makes sense, yeah. Looking back, I suppose that was an early slip-up on her part. Wait, so Tashka... But Tashka died in the theater? And then next, the ones that Ronova took just now. One could have expected anyone who walked into Snowstorm to return, but just after nightfall, Mitya returned, bringing crucial information with him. Adet and Chuganov. Various truths began to surface, including that all of us were already dead and that the ruler of death was here among us. Then, after revealing her true form, Ronova callously claimed 2 lost souls. Are you even actually able to claim mine since I'm a descender? Chuganov, his soul is taken by Ronova. Adet, her soul is taken by Ronova. In fact, everyone was already dead by the time we took the photo, and in the days since, we've experienced many more partings in the afterlife. Now only Mitya and I remain, and the true culprit behind everything still stands before us. In Mitya's eyes, I see the same anger and frustration that I feel. That covers everything. It's all clear now. Piero, do something! I don't even know. Piero knows something about Paimon. So, something. And Piero was actually staring at Ronova. He knows something's up. Does he have means to help us? Your work isn't finished, is it? Vol and I are still standing here, safe and sound. The water imp sung threw things off a little, but it's of no consequence. The lands have already anchored your soul, and the first ray of light tomorrow morning will take you back. I, meanwhile, need to review my attitude towards the water imp race. Oh no, you don't! Don't you dare! So the reunion in the night that Vodunitsa mentioned, I suppose that was never meant to be a permanent reunion. That just leaves you, Vol. My power only allows me to temporarily, yep, you can't permanently remove me, I'm a descender. My power only allows me to temporarily separate your soul from your body. The ley lines of Tevat would not accept you. And your soul is firmly anchored to your body by your will. Oh? For a descender like you, who is not bound by Tevat's rules, your death can only be brought about through the most violent of means, such as directly destroying either your body or soul. But you haven't done that yet, have you? Thanks for letting me know that I can at least be saved. That at least I can be saved. I have no interest in involving myself with descenders. For now. Although this may change if Asmodee remains missing, if you insist on interfering with our affairs. I mean, I didn't even know this was supposed to be your affair to begin with, hello? One last question then. All our struggles and sacrifices here, were they meaningless from the very beginning, weren't they? Death abides no reason. Besides, what you call sacrifice is merely a concept created by humanity. To me, it is nothing more than a self-indulgent charade in the face of death. Mere mortals fantasizing that their actions could reclaim something from my grasp. A truly laughable idea. Oh, she's looking down on us. No, there will come a day when the turret's design is finished. We will overthrow you with Anfanes. And then we'll see who's looking down on who. Oh, cutscene.
死神、お前は本当に頭にくるやつだな。
あいにく気を使うつもりはない。君たちを殺すのはただ死ぬ必要がある
By what criteria? You haven't told us.
だが人には怒る権利がある。たとえ神相手でもな。
I like this guy. Okay, why is she summoning Tugarins? Oh, it's just... Okay, cool. I guess I should have expected with his... As a scientific guy, he should be able to fly. Hey, that thing was like the Scarakaba's attack thing. Ooh, good scarf. Good scarf. Very good scarf. Where's the external factor? For what? Exactly. For what? If we're to be claimed by the ley lines, save strengths for what? Yeah, that thing is like the Scarkabaz orb thing. Electro Swirl! Nice! Got the body. It's not over. We still have to wait for some external factor to get us out of here. Oh! Nope. Snowstorm is finally coming in to claim us. Oh no! It's back! The buildings are back! The buildings are back! Let's get out of here. Oh, never mind. Wait, but if the buildings are back here, then are we back to reality? And does that mean we can get external forces? No. There's no time to be scared. Okay, they're not dead yet. It was that everyone was asleep, but how much time has passed, actually? Do they remember what happened? How much time has passed? And, like, because if multiple days have passed, then surely the Fatui would have broken into theater by now. But if it was only just a moment, or, like, one night, then, Are you holding up a debt? What happened to me? Yeah, so much for having them claimed by the ley lines. Ronova, you suck! You said they were claimed by the ley lines. Yeah, right, you suck. We're all here. Eat it. How much do you remember? What do you mean? Is the performance over? I can't seem to recall what happened. No, I'm the only one who remembers. Again! Because I'm not bound by the events of the ley line. I'm not bound by the rules of Tavat. Has the debt already forgotten? I'm gonna have to fill everyone in, aren't I? Do you remember? Mitya. Huh? I'm sorry, I guess I spaced out there for a second. Remind me who you are? Oh dear. Do you remember anything? He has a vague feeling that there was something on his hand. Oh, he's remembering? Yeah, I remember now. Comrade, looks like we guessed right. Comrade! Just like me when a death found me at the Armory Palace. For some reason, everyone killed by the rule of death eventually came back to life. Oh! But why? Why was everyone in the armory... It has to be because of Project Stuza, isn't it? The work, the stuff that they're working on, is something that the Shades or the Heavenly Principles does not want them to do. So she's killing them to make them not work at it and causing them to forget. But the question is, why is she only like temporarily killing them? I just with one catch, they forgot what happened while they were dead. Odette and the others have already forgotten everything. Why are you able to remember this time? Could this be the reason? You said this is the rule of death symbol, right? I don't see anything there. It's not there anymore. You were looking at your hand. It's not there anymore. You know? Huh? Oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. I carved this into my hand in the afterlife, so it's not visible in the physical world. Wait, what do you mean you carved it into your hand? You carved the symbol in your hand or it just appeared on your hand? Does that mean I carved the symbol into my soul? What an unsettling thought. Still, at least I get to remember what happened. I suppose it's a blessing in disguise. We're going to bring this information to the Tsaritsa, aren't we? What about you, though? The rule of death mentioned that you're a descender. Is that why you can remember? Probably, yeah. Full explanation would get complicated very quickly, but that's essentially it. Well then, now that's all over, let's figure out what we've learned. The first thing I noticed that everything here is basically as we left it, right before our deaths. This confirms that time passes differently in the afterlife than in the real world. Okay, that would explain why no one has broken in to see what's going on. They say that right before death, time slows down and your whole life flashes before your eyes. That must be how you know you have one foot in the afterlife by that point. Anyway, clearly the few days we spent in afterlife probably only amounted to a few short minutes in the real world. This also aligns with previous reports of widespread temporary memory loss among the Armory Palace personnel. Now it seems likely that those were all brief deaths caused by the Grim Reaper's so-called curse of death. Again, we don't know what the criteria is. My guess, not really theory, because I don't really have anything to go off of. I don't have much. But my guess it's because there's something with Project Stuza that crosses the bounds of what the Four Shades want to like allow humanity to know. Like they're coming across stuff that they don't want humanity to figure out. The other question is, why only temporary? To those unaware of the truth, dying and coming back to life must feel similar to a short bout of catatonia. This leaves me with a couple big questions. What are the conditions that trigger the so-called curse of death? Yep. Why are we resurrected after we die? Also, yep, those are my exact questions here, actually. If nothing else, I think it shows that killing us wasn't her ultimate goal. We still don't know her true reasons for subjecting us to death. It's also like, she fears us to the ley lines, but if, like, we get pulled back from the... For us to be here, again, that means we get pulled back from the ley lines, or what? Right, or maybe we were never truly put into the ley lines, and that whole thing was also misleading us. Her whole explanation was also misleading us. Right, this time only got complicated because of the situation with the theater's ley lines. That's why she had to. She said that's why she had to approach it differently. If the previous incidents of amnesia among the researchers were anything to go by, killing us is usually a pretty routine matter. Wow, it's already been almost 4 hours. Frick, this went way long. Come to think of it, wasn't I about to note something down before I died? I can't remember what it was, but I think it was that there's something related to my research project. That's probably it, yep. Sorry, Volt, I'll get back to you later. For now, I've got a trip to make back to the Armory Palace. Sir, if I may, no one of in your description has ever shown up in my investigations into Mr. Miya's Bro, what is up with you? Yeah, you two seem very familiar with each other. Could you perhaps tell me where he was in such a rush to get to? He's going back to work, don't worry! And by the way, have we ever crossed paths? Forgive me the presumptuousness, but I feel a vague and indescribable sense of familiarity about you.
ちょうどその話をしようと思ってたんだ。
Sorry.
劇場のみんなを集めてもらえないかな。
Alright. I can explain everything. Could you help me gather everyone in the theater in one place? Everyone gathers on stage once again, but this time you do so in the real world, without everything outside being devoured by a snowstorm. Due to the unique properties of the theater's ley lines, it seems no one has completely forgotten their experiences in the afterlife. As you recount the tale of what happened, people slowly begin to remember, as if accessing memories of a distant dream. Everyone is lost in thought. All alone? Everyone confirms their own fate with each other until today's show finally today's show draws to a close. So Chugunov really is going to shut down the factory. I guess this theater incident really did us some good after all. So you said I promised to take you to the army palace while we were in the afterlife. Yes, I believe you. I think I even have a vague memory of it. I want to go back and check on Paimon first, even though not much time has passed for her. Agreed, let's check in on her first. The whole reason for our trip to the army palace anyway is to figure out what's going on with her health. Okay, oh, Mistletoe. That was... frick, that sounds familiar. I can't remember what it is. But holy frick, it has been, yeah, just under 4 hours. I really was not expecting or intending for this to go for so long, but that whole sequence, none of that left had a good place to leave off, so I'm not even gonna talk to Paimon here. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna leave it off here for this stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this stream and or my other content, well, if you're lurking, thanks for lurking. If you're watching the VOD, thanks for watching the VOD, and if you dropped by and left, thanks for dropping by. If you enjoyed this stream and or my other content, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, consider dropping the follow. So upcoming videos, I've got a few, I recorded some reactions to the upcoming Honkai Star Rail and Arknight's Enfield stuff, so it'll post it within the next few days. Got some Tetrio matches recorded. Those ones are just kind of spontaneous whenever I feel like doing Tetra League. And I don't have any other... I can't think of any other videos off the top of my head right now that I would be working on soon. Honkai Star Rail hasn't introduced a new Memory of Chaos or Apocalyptic Shadow boss this patch, so... or this Memory of Chaos rotation. Maybe next Apocalyptic Shadow rotation. I don't know. But, yeah. As for next stream, okay, it's hit midnight, so it's Monday now. Next stream, unless something comes up later today, again, hopefully start around 8, at least hopefully before 8:30. And then, since this is a longer one, maybe I'll be able to finish this one up shorter, in a more timely manner. On Monday. You know what? Frick. Let me see. It would be weird if... It appears an incident has happened, nonetheless. Okay. I was gonna say, it would be weird if, I left off here and then I come back later today and the rest of Act 2 is literally just this. But I don't think it would be like that. I don't think Act 2 would just be like 4.5 hours after Act 1 was like 8. So yeah. But yeah. Finish this up probably, hopefully, later today. Got a few videos that I need to put out. And Honkai updates this week, so... Honkai Star Rail stream next week, probably Sunday, Monday, and yeah, once again, that'll be it for this stream. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!